And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream where I answer your questions about cell phone plans and try to help you save as much money as possible. Before diving into it today, we have to welcome some friendly faces in the chat who are tuning in. We've got Big Tex tuning in. Big Tex, great to see you here. We've got Keith tuning in. Keith, great to see you. Hi, are there any plans you like from Total Wireless? Yeah, I would say the mid-tier and top-tier Total Wireless plans are excellent, mostly with the BYOD promotion. So for those of you who might be unfamiliar, Total Wireless is a prepaid carrier owned by Verizon, and they offer 3 different plans. Their plans are Shop, All Plans, Total Base 5G Unlimited, Total 5G Unlimited, and Total 5G Plus Unlimited. Now, I do not recommend the base plan. Instead, I recommend Total 5G Unlimited and Total 5G Plus Unlimited. You can get these for 50% off if you bring your own device, so $25 and $30 a month respectively. Both are excellent. Both give you unlimited priority data on the Verizon network. Biggest difference is going to be hotspot data. You get 15 gigs of full speed hotspot on Total 5G, unlimited hotspot at 5 megabits per second on Total 5G Plus, and you get Disney Plus Premium included on Total 5G Plus as well. So it depends what your needs are. I kind of waver back and forth on wanting Disney Plus. It probably is worth it, maybe the $5 extra to get it. But either, the Total 5G Unlimited or Total 5G Plus Unlimited plans are an excellent value. All right, we have some more people just dove right into the questions. OJRC26, hey Stetson, which MVNO and cheap plan would you recommend for international data? I have T-Mobile One plan, but it only gives me 5 gigs, and the new plans are expensive. I need at least 10 gigs or more. Can you help? OJRC, absolutely. I would say if you want international data, it kind of depends how much you need, how frequently you need it, and where you're traveling. And I'd say more importantly, do you need international calls and texts while you are abroad? I think to answer your question, like what are good plans that meet your needs, we'll go to the new website here. My top picks for unlimited plans, any of these would be excellent. The US Mobile Unlimited Starter Dark Star plan is fantastic, $25 a month, unlimited data on that AT&T network. It is deprioritized, 20 gigs of hotspot, 4K video. Awesome plan. The annual version does come with 1 gig in Canada and Mexico and 1 gig in 80 countries. Could be an option. You could also do maybe Visible Plus, which is available for $30 a month for 5 years. This promo code has actually updated, but still unlimited priority data on Verizon at a great price. If you only need, it sounds like T-Mobile's a good fit for you, and you only need about 10 gigs. I would suggest you consider Tello could be a great option, right? So $19 a month for 10 gigs. Helium is another really good option, uses the T-Mobile network, $15 a month plus tax for 10 gigs of high-speed data. And they do offer an international add-on that is $15 per gig. Now, the reason why I ask about the international data usage and if you need talk and text is if you do not need talk and text, if you really just need data, you can go to Airlo or any other international eSIM provider. Say you're going on an awesome trip to Portugal, and you can see the plans start at 1 gig for $4, 3 gigs for $6. If you're doing a week trip, 10 gigs for $10. That's probably going to be perfect if you're only using about 10 gigs of data. So getting a cheap plan that may not have international data and then going with an international eSIM plan during the times you need international data is a really great way to save money. So definitely some options to consider. Let's use the new filters tool here. Let's say coverage, T-Mobile, and let's do data, 10 gigs. 10 gigs or more. So we'll add in a couple here, and we'll do unlimited. Yeah, looking at some of the sponsored options, US Mobile Flex could be good. Let's keep going. Next. Yeah, okay, Smartless Mobile, $15 for 10 gigs. This is a great value. Helium Mobile, I mentioned that, great value. Tello, also mentioned that, great value. And if you need truly unlimited data, I'd probably do Metro. Metro's $30 bring your own device plan, $30 a month, truly limited high speed, and then just do one of those international eSIM plans. Keep in mind, though, again, the international eSIM plans, whether you go with Airalo or if you go to eSIMDB.com, these are going to be data-only plans. So let's say you're going to a trip to Spain. You can compare options on eSIMDB.com. It's going to be data only. So you're not going to get those two-factor authentication texts or be able to make calls or send texts like you normally would. You could still use FaceTime and iMessage and things like that, but just your regular phone number will not do that. So I hope that's helpful. Also, yeah, G Priority, US Mobile's plan. We'll pull that up right now. I will actually reset these and do US Mobile Unlimited Premium Lightspeed. Boom. This one's more expensive than the options we covered so far, $44 a month, unlimited high-speed data, but this does come with 20 gigs in 197 countries, and it includes talk and text. You get 200 minutes and 250 texts as well. So probably one of my top picks for international travel is US Mobile Unlimited Premium Lightspeed. So I hope that's helpful. Max talking about Apple's new CEO effective September 1st. Very true, very true. Maxwell Reeds, sorry. Great to see you here. Welcome to the chat. Big Tank is here. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Demon Master is asking about my thoughts on Tim Cook stepping down. I think it totally makes sense. Tim had a really long, successful tenure at Apple. You get to a certain point in your career and you kind of want to chill, just do whatever you want to do, have some free time. He worked hard and hopefully he has an awesome retirement and gets to enjoy life. So I think it totally makes sense. Natural transition for Apple, and it happens to all companies. So I'm excited for him. I'll be curious, what iPhones he ends up upgrading to and how frequently he upgrades. Mark, great to see you here. Nicholas, hello, hello. Joshua, hello. How you doing? Trying to sign up for US Mobile. US Mobile's awesome. Definitely recommend them. We have Osvaldo, 60629. Check 6069 when you can, please. No rush. Sure. We'll do that. Let's actually switch to this. And then this. Bam. And let me pull this up 1 second. Share screen. I feel like I'm on a Zoom meeting. Share screen. Where's the window? I think it's this window. Make sure that's the right one. Bam. It is. Share. Perfect. All right. How good is coverage in your area? Zip code 60609. This is going to be Chicago, Illinois. Whoa. Chicago, Illinois, contender for some of the fastest speeds I have ever seen. I feel like I've seen 400s before, 450, 550 megabits per second for T-Mobile is insane. So 550 megabits per second for the median download speeds on T-Mobile, 267.2 on Verizon, 195.6 on AT&T. Upload performance is off the charts. Literally, this bar goes up to 20 megabits per second. So the values are higher than that. 34.8 megabits per second, 28 megabits per second, and 23 megabits per second. Superb reliability scores here as well. 10 out of 10 for T-Mobile, 9.6 out of 10 for AT&T, and 9.4 out of 10 for Verizon. Great coverage, 99.9, 99.4, and 100. You honestly can't go wrong. I would maybe lean a little bit more towards T-Mobile because it's a little bit faster. But outside of that, it looks like all the networks have their mid-band 5G networks deployed, and you're going to have a great experience on all of them. So if we launch the map and we go to 60609, Chicago, Illinois, perfect. And let's filter out some of these. Oh, here we go. There is everything. Yeah, look at that. It's just a sea of T-Mobile and Verizon. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. The speeds are so fast here. Yeah, best download, best carrier. We'll do heat map. Actually, we'll do carrier so you can tell. AT&T. Funny enough, not in that specific area, but look at this. Blanketed in their 5G plus network, super fast. I think you should get AT&T just to fill in these empty squares. That's my hot take. If we switch on over to T-Mobile, you're going to see superb performance as well. You honestly get T-Mobile, start filling these squares in. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. And it's all perfect grid. Like you just drive down one road, you fill all those in, do a U-turn, drive all the way back. Man, you'd get so many points. You'd be on the leaderboard in no time. Verizon, yeah, also excellent. Some of these, it's going to be really good. You probably can't go wrong. Jeez, someone's got millimeter wave. Okay, probably can't go wrong. I would lean a little bit more towards T-Mobile. I think would be my recommendation. So I hope that. Says the link is shown. You guys didn't see anything. Penguins from Madagascar. All right. We do have a super chat coming in from Taylor. Taylor, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Hi, Stetson. What's your opinion on AT&T's new Elite plan versus Verizon and T-Mobile's top plans and AT&T's Premium 2.0, knowing there's no discounts on that one? Great question. We'll use the all-new website to check it out. And here we go. I'll adjust this. Perfect. All right. Plans. I actually just entered AT&T's plans today, so this is the perfect opportunity. So we have, actually, it's just called Elite. So AT&T Elite 2.0, we will add to comparison. Let's also get Premium added as well. Boom, add to comparison. We're going to want Experience Beyond in here as well. So Experience Beyond, boom. And we're going to want Ultimate, Verizon Unlimited Ultimate, boom, add to comparison. And now, Taylor, I'm just going to get the question out of the way so you can see this. Look, compare all. There's 7. Okay, we don't need H2O. We don't need US Mobile. We don't need that. I think we're pretty much good to go. Rearrange. Let's compare. Perfect. So I don't think the reorder worked. These are the top plans from AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon right now. The previous top plan from AT&T was Premium 2.0, okay? And compared to T-Mobile and Verizon, it was pretty good, about the same price as Verizon. All have unlimited priority data. AT&T Premium 2.0 had, was it really 100 gigs of hotspot? Wait, let me just fact check that. I almost feel like it was 60 gigs of hotspot. So I want to make sure I'm not going crazy. And if I am going crazy, oh, look at that, 100 gigs. I'm not going crazy. Boom, 100 gigs of hotspot. So still really good, but under half of Verizon and T-Mobile all have 4K video. T-Mobile and Verizon actually both include 15 gigs and over 215 destinations. AT&T was the only plan you actually had to pay for international data roaming. So kind of an interesting thing there. And then the watch and tablet lines were discounted on T-Mobile and Verizon as well, and they were full price from AT&T. Actually, no, AT&T's plan launched a new discount. That's my mistake. So they're all discounted a little bit. Either way, the new Elite 2.0 plan jumps things up, is now the most expensive consumer-facing postpaid plan available. And all it does is 3 things. Number one, it over doubles your hotspot data from 100 gigs to 250 gigs. This now matches T-Mobile Experience Beyond for the most hotspot data in the industry. Now, of course, after 250 gigs, it drops down to 128 kilobits per second, which is unusable. So not really usable after 250 gigs. We do get to give Verizon a shout out. Their plan, sorry, I'm like zoomed in too much. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. Verizon's plan actually gives you unlimited hotspot at 6 megabits per second after 200 gigs. So that's usable. Verizon's is usable. Everyone else is not. The second of the 3 changes is you now get free international data roaming. So the new Elite 2.0 plan comes with 20 gigs in over 210 countries. So that is nice to see, on par with what T-Mobile and Verizon are doing. And the third change is actually down with the smartwatch and tablet lines. Looks like I actually need to configure this properly, but these are included for free on the new Elite 2.0 plan. So instead of spending $10 for a tablet and $5 for a smartwatch, those are included for free. So that's $15 right there. And if you add 15 to 90, that's technically 105, which is a little bit less. But but you also get that international data and the extra hotspot. So, depending on if you're traveling around or traveling abroad, I should say, if you go for more than a day, you're pretty much saving money on Elite 2.0. That said, it's a crazy expensive plan, $110 a month. Let's do the full details. The cheapest this comes out to is $75 a line, starting at 4 lines, right? Like, that's nuts. For comparison, if we go back, I actually need to find a way to bring this into the comparison. We'll do Verizon and T-Mobile. So Verizon's plan, when we look at the full breakdown here, that drops from $90 to $80 to $65 to $55 to $52 per line per month. Okay, so AT&T $70, $75. Verizon drops that down to $55. Pop over to T-Mobile. Let's see what they have going on. 185, 56.67, 53, 52. Verizon and T-Mobile way more in line with each other. AT&T, I don't know what they're doing, why they think this plan is like off the charts, but the rates are so expensive. Now, again, it's a little bit hard to compare right now. I need to actually do some additional math, put some additional spreadsheets together. The reason being is because, again, this includes a free tablet line and a free smartwatch line for all lines. So that's 4 tablets and 4 watches. Whereas if we look at Verizon, right, this is just the cell phone plan itself. If we wanted to add a watch line, was Verizon's rate. So $10, it'd be $17.50 plus taxes and fees. Let's round up to 20 and make my life a little bit easier. You're adding in $20 per line per month for the smartwatch and tablet, which instantly bumps this up to $75 per line per month. Let's see if the same is true with T-Mobile, right? So T-Mobile, 4 lines, $53.75. If we take a look at the smartwatch and tablet lines, those are actually only $5 each. So call it $10, $63.75, maybe closer to $65 after tax. T-Mobile definitely going to be a little bit cheaper than AT&T. So kind of crazy. There's actually one more change I just remembered, and it is the priority. So you'll notice Premium 2.0 is at QCI 8. The new Elite 2.0 plan is bumped up. It includes the AT&T Turbo add-on, which gives you unlimited priority data at QCI 7. So this is kind of an interesting plan. AT&T is kind of, in my opinion, banking on the value or the perceived value of their Turbo add-on. And actually, if you think about it now, the Premium 2.0 plan, you add in a tablet line and a smartwatch line, that's $15, and you add in AT&T Turbo, which is $7 a month extra. That's going to be more than the cost of just going with, did they say the price anywhere? Here it is, $7 per month. That will be more than just going with the new Elite 2.0 plan. So I think it does have some value, but it is crazy expensive. And I would encourage everyone to look at other options, is what I would say. I mean, you can get a really good plan from US Mobile for less than that, right? Like if we were to do, let's actually just go back to plans, and it'd be Premium Dark Star. Yes, US Mobile Unlimited Premium Dark Star. We don't really need to bring this into the full comparison, but basically $44 a month, taxes and fees included. You're getting unlimited high-speed data, unlimited priority. This is going to be QCI 8, so the same priority as AT&T Premium 2.0. 200 gigs of hotspot. This is, I need to fix that. 100 gigs at full speed, and then you have 100 gigs at 8 megabits per second, and then unlimited at 600 kilobits per second. I'm like, should I just try and fix that now? 4K video streaming, and then you can also add a tablet line. And my understanding is with US Mobile, you can just put a tablet line on any one of their plans. I should try that. I have a tablet here. Maybe I'll just try and throw one of my existing US Mobile lines on my iPad and see if it works. But let's just say you're doing monthly, throw unlimited starter on your iPad, truly unlimited data on the AT&T network, $25 a month. You're looking at, what is that? $60 a month, give or take. Way cheaper, almost half the price. You won't get a smartwatch line, but in my opinion, you don't need that. So that is my take. Interesting. Tommy Shields saying, according to a buddy that works at AT&T, Elite 2.0 isn't worth it unless you're above 4 lines. I mean, it did vaguely seem worth it to me, right? If you have one line, let's actually go back to our comparison now. So, right, Elite 2.0, I just love how fast this website is, by the way. Elite 2.0, right? You add a tablet line and a smartwatch line to AT&T Premium, and you're at 105 a month. You add on Turbo, and you're at 112. So technically, Elite 2.0 would save you, feels ridiculous to say, but $2 a month for a single line. And you would get the extra hotspot data. And arguably more importantly, for some people, is going to be that international data. Like that has the potential to really save you a lot of money. If you go abroad, 2 times per year, that's just a super nice convenience to have. I'm not going to knock it too hard, but it's expensive. It's for people who are like, yeah, I just want to pay. I just want to give AT&T money. That's what I want to do. We have Saf Blake asking, does Turbo actually do anything? It does at least one thing. It changes your status bar. Do I have an AT&T phone here? Probably not. Oh, yep, this one has AT&T. I actually, funny enough, canceled one of my AT&T lines yesterday. So look at me saving some money. When you have AT&T Turbo, you see in the top where it says AT&T. When you have AT&T Turbo, it will say AT&T Turbo up there. So that is one change. The other change is it does bump you up in priority, but the actual difference of that, I think, is really hard to measure. No one's really done it. I do want to do that. I think that's going to be one of my projects for later this year. Once we launch some pretty sweet updates to the Coverage Map app, I think I'll be able to go ahead and really illustrate if having QCI 7 on AT&T actually does anything, or if it doesn't really do much at all. That will likely vary based on time of day, on location, what tower you're connected to, all sorts of variables. But it'll be interesting to see regardless. Does US Mobile have domestic roaming? I think US Mobile supports domestic roaming on their Warp network, which is Verizon. And I think you get roaming on the LTE IRA partners, but I think that's it. I don't think they have any other roaming outside of that. All right, if you have one line on Premium 2.0 with a separate watch line and phone billed at half off, the main features they actually sell are less expensive. That's true. That's true. All right, we have Expert 87. Hey, Stetson, been wanting to switch 5 plans from Verizon 5G Start, oh my gosh, to something with better speeds and preferably prioritized. Have any recommendations under Verizon or T-Mobile that's somewhat affordable? I would say, look, the truth of the matter is with 5 lines, you're kind of in that territory where going with a postpaid carrier and actually financing your phones likely does make a lot of sense. If you wanted to go the postpaid, or excuse me, if you want to go the prepaid route, what you may look at, right? I'll pull these up for you here. And I'll kind of give you some sort of breakdown. We'll go ahead and let's just clear these. Visible Plus comes to mind. Let's actually see if I can do 5 lines. So Visible Plus, $175, $30 a line a month with code. It's actually not 5 off 5 anymore. What is that? Let me get the accurate code for you. It is Fresh Start, all caps. So got to update that as well. $30 a month times 5 lines, $150 a month. Not bad. Granted, that doesn't include any discounts on phones or anything like that. So we'll add that. The other carrier that from Verizon that could be worth is Total Wireless. You're probably going to want to do their, Total. I would say Total 5G, unless you want to spend the extra $10 a month for Disney, but I'm going to say you don't. You want to save money. $125. That actually won't be, that's really good for 5 lines. That's cheaper than Visible. Metro by T-Mobile is one that's often pretty good on the T-Mobile network. It looks like I've not entered the other 5-line options, which seems a little weird, but I will look into that. US Mobile, like their starter plan that I would recommend for you is not prioritized. So, and I don't think you really want to be spending $220 a month for unlimited premium Dark Star is my check. So these might be some of the best options. Well, let's actually do, hang on. Verizon, if you want to go Verizon directly, you're going to want to not do welcome. You're going to want to do unlimited plus. So we'll add that to comparison. And then if you want to do something T-Mobile wise, it's going to be experience more. Or actually with 5 lines, you can get better value. And that's going to be the same price and literally be a better value. So probably do that. All right, I think that's good. Let me just a little perplexed that I don't have any other Metro plans added. Does Metro only go up to 4 lines? Hang on. This is more of a sanity check for me. Cell phone plans. That's why Metro only goes up to 4 lines. So it is probably possible to get more lines on Metro, but they do not show that on their website. And I guess I was lazy and didn't enter them. So, all right, let's go ahead and compare these, see what we're looking at here. So 3 lines. What? It shows, all right, we're going to need to work on the pricing metrics here. Man, I wonder if there's a way to like only show selected or something. Yeah. $35 a month. Yeah, it's not really super helpful. Well, we're going to make a lot more tabs. Let me close out some of these other tabs. Tab city, population, us. All right, see full details, full details, full details, full details. Perfect. So T-Mobile better value. If you're going to be rocking this with 5 lines, it's going to be $40 a line a month, $200 a month total. What's nice about T-Mobile better value is great plan features, right? You're getting T-Mobile network, unlimited high-speed data, unlimited priority, QCI 6, 250 gigs of hotspot, which is nuts, full 4K video streaming. You can add a smartwatch line and a tablet line, each for $5, free international roaming. It's a great plan. And you get device upgrades every 2 years. Really big benefit of T-Mobile. If we factor in, let's say it's $830, so free baseline iPhone divided by 24 months, that's about $34 per line per month in added value. So that's really good. Yeah, that's actually insane. $34 a month in added value per line. That effectively makes the cost of the plan, what, like $5? That's nuts. Anyway, really, really good value. If you wanted to do, let's say, total 5G unlimited, 5 lines is going to be $25 a line a month. So way better rate on the plan itself. But because there's no device promotions, or I'll just say more limited device promotions, that means the net cost is going to be $25 a line a month. Say you upgrade 830 divided by 20. So it's $23 a month for the base iPhone every 3 years. So if we add those two together, that's going to be $48 a month, round up $50 a month per line, compared to T-Mobile, $40 a month per line. And that includes the phone. That means T-Mobile is going to be a better, literally a better value. That's the name of the plan there. So that's really good. Verizon Unlimited Plus. This comes out to $42 for 5 lines, plus all the taxes and fees and stuff. But this is also going to give you roughly a free baseline iPhone every 3 years. So knocks the cost of their plan down quite a bit. It's going to be a better value. Even Visible, right? If we do 5 lines here, this would actually be $30 a month with the current promo, $150. It's still going to be more expensive once you factor in getting your own device. The only way Visible or Total, in my opinion, makes sense is you have different lines who are upgrading at different times. Maybe you want to buy some refurbished devices or gently used devices, so you save a lot of money there. And then the economics can make a little bit more sense. Otherwise, honestly, expert, if I'm in your shoes, I'm signing up for T-Mobile better value. I think price performance, this is superb. I guess AT&T Extra 2.0 did win as my best overall value, but it sounds like you're interested in Verizon or T-Mobile. So between those, I'm doing T-Mobile better value all day, every day. So I hope that's helpful. Oh, expert, I'm seeing now. For phones, I usually just buy them unlocked, fully paid off. Also, I did try Total for a bit since their rate for multiple lines was good. And so far, no complaints. Speeds have been top notch. All right, then yeah. If you're buying your own devices, you like the no contract lifestyle, that flexibility to switch plans or carriers at any time, Total Wireless is going to be a really great option. I wish I could give you Metro by T-Mobile's pricing, but unfortunately their website just doesn't have that information. If you wanted, yeah, no. That's it. Total Wireless, I think, is probably going to be the best bang for buck. So I hope that's helpful. Yeah, just want to see if there's anything comparable in terms of price under T-Mobile. It would be like, it would likely be better value, but you'd have to switch instead of buying unlocked phones. The only way better value makes sense is if you do finance everything through T-Mobile. So if you don't want to do that, then you could consider Metro. But again, I just don't know what the rate will be. Like, you might have to call them and ask. I would imagine it's extremely comparable to Total Wireless because those carriers are meant to compete with each other. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. Oh, interesting. You can also do T-Mobile Experience More, and since you're switching over from Verizon, you can ask for their insider discount to get 20% off. Could help sweeten the pot a little bit, but really just depends. Yeah, we need a live counter of your active Chrome tabs and active phone plans so we can keep score like a sports game. That's funny. I wonder if there's some way I could make like a public, like, this is how many active lines I have. I didn't downsize. So here's the thing. My AT&T bill, it was, the previous bill cycle was from March. No, it was like February 20 or like February 19th to March 20th, something like that. And I was like, instead of waiting until April 20th to call AT&T and cancel and risk, here's the thing. If you cancel a line on AT&T, they still bill you for the full month for that line, even if you call to cancel it. They do not prorate that refund. So I was like, I need to cancel this before my next billing cycle. So rather than have to spend time calling in and dealing with that, I got my AT&T port out pin, which took 30 seconds, super easy. You dial star port on your phone. And I just ported the line to US Mobile for $10, and I'm going to let that run out, and I'm not going to renew it. And that will save me some money. I also need to cancel Ting, although I did actually switch my Ting line into my rooted Pixel 8 Pro, and I noticed something. Oh, we don't want to do a software update. That was risky. I noticed something kind of curious, and I can pull it up here in Google Photos. Collections on device, screenshots. It was, no, I don't want to see this. It is priority data, QCI 8. You can see that in the middle there. But you'll notice the AMBR is listed as 50 megabits per second down, 50 megabits per second up. So what I want to do is actually go out and try and test to see if there might be a 50 megabit per second cap on Ting before I go ahead and cancel the line. My initial testing seemed a little bit inconclusive. The plan did go faster than 50 megabits per second. It hit like 80 in some scenarios, but unfortunately, my iPhone line was getting like 200 megabits per second. So not sure if that's a Pixel 8 Pro modem versus iPhone modem scenario, but further testing is needed. And then some of them were a little slow. So I'll be doing some more investigating. All right. Yeah. So Stetson is down to only having 57 phone lines now. I'm at like 30-ish, I think, unless I'm forgetting. Unfazed fanboy, what the hell is AT&T Turbo? Did you guys see the tweet I put out today? I thought it was really funny. I was looking at this. The carriers are just insane. So AT&T's website, you go, I think it was shop plans, phone plans. And you're looking at this and you're like, okay, it comes with Turbo, right? Where does it say that? AT&T Turbo included at the bottom. I love how that's at the bottom. You click like, what is AT&T Turbo? You click see details. Let me just read this out loud to you and see if you guys understand this. So AT&T Turbo provides customers the ability to optimize their rate plans, premium and mobile hotspot data allotments to performance data by enabling customers to prioritize their data traffic for these allotments to help the performance of their data connection even during busy times on the network. I don't think you could have said that in a more convoluted, poorly worded way. Basically, what AT&T Turbo actually does is it increases your priority on the network from QCI 8 to QCI 7. This prioritizes your connection over other customers, which is likely going to be most noticeable during times when the network is busy. What kind of difference does this make? It is kind of beyond me. What AT&T says on their website is, and I'm honestly a little suspicious of this, for productivity, they're saying improved video calls, enhanced network stability, reduced lag and real-time responsiveness, fewer dropped frames for gaming, for live streams, smoother, more reliable live streams, and a dependable connection on the go. No clear performance boost advertised. This is not, they're not saying 10% better, 20% better, 50% better, 2 times better. They're just saying broadly, it's better. We don't know how, but it's going to be better. I'm suspicious. I feel like, in my opinion, I don't think having turbo is going to reduce your lag by that much, is my understanding. But maybe I'm wrong. Interesting. Tommy is saying AT&T Turbo allows standard customers to access the first responder benefits outside of an emergency. Yeah, just notches you up on the priority tier. Who wrote that? Talon, that is such a great question. What's funny is I literally think AI would do a better job writing this than whatever this is, whatever spewed nonsense this is. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the summary, right? You just Google AT&T Turbo. The AI overview says it's an add-on for postpaid and prepaid plans. I actually don't think it's for prepaid plans. That boosts network priority. QCI 7, that's correct, for faster, more reliable data during congestion, improving gaming, streaming, and video calls. Look at that. That's actually a pretty good sentence. Simple, easy to understand. That is what AT&T Turbo does. They're lawyers. Yeah, someone who hadn't discovered AI yet. That's so funny. Reducing lag by 0.0000001%. Yeah, I've got to do that. Yeah, no technical details at all. AT&T just yapping. I mean, I guess as a phone carrier, that's their job, right? But oof. This is back to experts comment. Saw someone on Reddit say that for their 5th line under Metro, they had to pay full price for that line and pay for it as the first line. So it almost sounds like 2 separate family plan accounts. So maybe not do that. All right, we have a question coming in from AG Hamo. Forgive me if I mispronounced that. But hi, Stetson. I have 2 lines on T-Mobile Go 5G Plus. Great plan. $160 a month, mostly talk and text occasionally, and occasionally either go to Canada or Mexico, but that's rare. Thinking of going to Mint Unlimited for $30 a line. Downside. Yeah, I mean, full transparency, downsides to Mint. Number one, you're paying full price, not full price, but you're paying for a full year of service upfront. That's going to be great for some people, less convenient for others. If you're paying $160 a month, I don't think paying for Mint is going to be that big of a deal. Number two, no financing or device deals. Mint will do some new customer offers. So if we go to Mint's website right now, this is for everyone else watching as well, the new customer offers from Mint are insane. There are, of course, limitations to this, but basically, right, Samsung Galaxy phones, $500 off the S26 series. You can get some discounts on some other phones. Pixel 10, $500 off. That's amazing. Pixel 10 Pro XL, $500 off. So really, really good discounts on devices from Mint. Only Android phones. Unfortunately, no discounts for iPhones. Caveat, the device is locked to Mint Mobile for, I believe it's 12 months. And you're, again, bundling in the phone and a year of service. So net cost here, $980 for a Galaxy S26 Ultra and a year of unlimited data on Mint. Like, this is a fantastic value, but you need to make sure you get good T-Mobile coverage in your area and that this is the phone you want and that you're cool with Mint, because you're going to be stuck on Mint for the next 12 months. So outside of these new customer offers, no device financing deals. You're going to want to buy from the manufacturer, either finance from the manufacturer or just buy directly from them. So you're buying from Apple directly, you're buying from Samsung directly, or you're buying from Google directly. Coverage is going to be pretty much the same. You're going to miss out on some of the roaming areas, but that's unlikely. In terms of Canada and Mexico stuff, let's actually go ahead and just see what Mint has. For their roaming. So Mint Mobile Unlimited is what we're looking at. So you get free international calling to Canada and Mexico, pay per minute available for 160 countries worldwide. In terms of roaming, you get unlimited minutes, texts, and 3 gigs in Canada. Then Mexico roaming is going to be $10 per day for unlimited minutes, unlimited texts, and 1 gig of data. So a Mexico trip could be a little bit more expensive. We talked about this earlier in the stream, but you can get not free, but very low cost international data from companies such as Airalo or eSIMDB.com. Those will give you a really great. Let's actually do Mexico. So you're going to Mexico, which sounds like a fabulous place to be, probably like warm and sunny and beautiful. You can grab 10 gigs for $17, right? So great value. You get data. You can use your phone. You're not going to get calls and texts. So if you need to get 2-factor authentication codes, you're going to want to just do the Mint Mobile thing directly. But otherwise, really great value. I think those are most of the downsides, right? International roaming add-on. So yeah, to clarify, international roaming, you can do $5 for 1 day and 1 gig of data. So I actually need to update the Mexico roaming because it's going to be the same as this. $5 for 1 day, 1 gig, 60 minutes and 60 texts. $10 for 3 days with 3 gigs, 200 minutes and 200 texts. Or $20 for 7 days, 10 gigs, 500 minutes, and 500 texts. This $20 package is honestly, I think, appropriately priced. So could be worth just roaming through Mint Mobile and doing that. Outside of that, that's really it. I have the add-ons listed out here. What comes to my mind is you also may want to consider Metro. So Metro has their bring your own device plan. It's going to be $30 a month, taxes and fees included. So this will actually be a little bit cheaper than Mint after your first month. 5-year price guarantee, tax and fees included. You're getting unlimited 5G data, unlimited talk and text, 10 gigs of hotspot, T-Mobile Tuesdays, and Scam Shield. So really, really good value. I don't think Metro has the international roaming options. So that actually could be a deal breaker and make it worth going with Mint. But wanted to throw this out there because broadly speaking, this plan from Metro is my top pick on the T-Mobile network right now. This and maybe US Mobile, that actually could be a good option for you. So let's pull up US Mobile's plan. If we go to plans here, premium light speed is what it's going to be. Okay, premium light. Boom. $44 a month. So more expensive than the other options. If you do an annual version from US Mobile, that'll drop the rate down to $32.50 per line per month, taxes and fees included. And if you're going to do that with Mint, you might as well do it with US Mobile, especially because US Mobile has a really good promo going on right now. We'll cover that in a bit. Either way, $44 a month, unlimited high-speed data. This is unlimited deprioritized QCI 7 data on the T-Mobile network, which is better than Mint. Mint gives you, I think it's 35 gigs. Yeah, it's 35 gigs at QCI 7, and then it knocks you down to QCI 9. With US Mobile, you get unlimited QCI 7, so a little bit better there. You also get 50 gigs of hotspot instead of 20 gigs of hotspot, 4K video streaming instead of 480p video streaming. You can add a tablet line if you want. Mint doesn't offer tablet lines. And this is actually really beneficial to you. 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico, as well as over 197 countries. So this could be the move. I talked about US Mobile offering a great deal. If we check out their site right now, they are offering their unlimited premium plan on all networks starting at $299 for your first year. So $24.90 a month. This is going to be cheaper than Mint Mobile for your first year. Taxes and fees included, or mean it's going to be cheaper even at the full price. I would definitely suggest you check out US Mobile. I actually think this might be the best plan for your specific needs. So I hope that's helpful. Green with a super chat. Thank you so much, Green, for your support. Thoughts of Tim Cook stepping down as CEO of Apple? Great question. My thoughts are, Tim is He's been at Apple for many years, had an excellent tenure. He was there with Steve Jobs. He's seen Apple through so many ups and downs. Really, I feel like, well, in my opinion, maybe mostly ups, but he crushed it. You get to a certain age, certain point in your life, and you want to sit back, relax, chill. You worked really hard. You earned a bunch of money. You just want to like not totally peace out, but take a step back. It's time to transition to someone else. I think it totally makes sense. Having, um, I think it's Turnus, him step in as the CEO of Apple is going to be great. I think he's been, preparing for this moment, and the team has been orchestrating this behind the scenes probably for a couple of years now. This totally makes sense. Tim's been awesome. I'm really excited for what's next with Apple. I'm a big fan, obviously, so I think they're crushing it. So, yeah. Ooh, this is just reading the chat now. It sounds like people are talking about the. He dropped the mic and walked away after releasing the Neo. The crazy thing to me about the MacBook Neo is just the environment in which it was released. Like the way Apple negotiated specific rates for RAM, for memory, and all the components that they needed for such a long enough time horizon to weather the storm of the absolute insane RAM and memory price hikes from AI, and to be able to release a product at this time that is a MacBook for $600, insane. And it really is, I think, a good performer, like a great value for your dollar. And it's using a phone chip, which is wild. Like Apple, I think, really has made some excellent laptops in the last couple of years. And the Neo is just like this incredible value and a great way to get people into the Apple ecosystem. They'll probably be more likely to buy an iPhone in the future, get an Apple Watch, get AirPods, get, more importantly to Apple, the subscriptions, Apple Music, Apple TV, Apple Fitness, who knows what else they have. So it was good. It was good. Tommy is saying, I'm interested to see how Google responds with Aluminum OS. Wait, I said, is that right? Aluminum OS and the next generation of Chromebooks could be very interesting. Timer said it ends in 3 hours. Oh, when review the Cellcom plans? Probably not for a while. Spotify is better. I'm actually a big Apple Music fan. I originally was using Google Play Music, believe it or not, which then became YouTube Music, which in my opinion had one of the best algorithms for searching for a song or starting to play a song and just having that smart continuous autoplay. Like the songs that would queue up after would always be bangers. I then switched to Spotify in college because everyone had it, and I was able to get some friends together and we have a Spotify family plan. However, I then signed up for Apple One, mostly to increase my iCloud storage for my phone because I was filling up. And it came with Apple Music. So I thought, oh, I'll just give this a try. Better Siri integration, better native experience on iPhone, and honestly, better sound quality. Apple Music sounds better. And that is ultimately what had me coming back to it because the songs just sounded better. Like my favorite artists and their music sounded better on Apple than Spotify. So I still kind of use both, but definitely use Apple a little bit more. Tommy says YouTube Music is not good, but it comes with YouTube Premium, so not paying for anything else. That is exactly right. I think, again, the algorithm I thought was very good. The interface and experience I thought was not good. So, but I was with you. I got YouTube Premium and it came with Google Play Music. And I was like, okay, like I'll just use this. I'm not going to pay for more than one. But now I have I have all of them. It's Turnus. All Turnus needs to do is allow apps to view cellular statistics. Oh my God. That would be absolutely incredible. We have so many things in the work, mostly for Android right now, because Android actually gives us cellular metrics, right? We have our cellular info tab, which is just like such a cool tab to have. And it'd be great to bring this to iPhone, right? Like you go in, you can see your cellular statistics. You can see who your carrier is, the band, your primary band that you're connected to, all the neighbor bands, which apparently is an insane amount here. The full routing information. Like we want this, but on iPhone. My biggest one of the things I'm curious about is what, um, here we go. I think I can use this phone. What the field test mode will look like um, on the next generation, right? When you pop into field test mode, like what is this going to look like on iOS? We'll be on iOS 27. That just feels so weird to me. Like they're going to release iOS or announce iOS 27 at WWDC. Then we'll get iOS 27 updates June, July, August, September, and then it releases in September, and then we're on iOS 27. Just feels so weird. But there you go. Alan is saying, I'm an Apple Music person too. Been using it since before I even owned an Apple product. That's wild. I did try Apple Music on my Pixel 10 when I switched over to that for, I think it was only 2 weeks. The Apple Music app on Android, it's not good. It's not good. If you're an Android user, you should 100% be on Spotify for the app alone. That's what I think. Tommy's saying it'll be interesting to see how Apple handles the RAM shortage now that they're not the number one most important customer for the RAM industry. Most of their RAM contracts expire this year, and NVIDIA is number one. It will be really interesting. Yes, they are definitely maybe milking it, maybe trying to make as many like MacBook Neos as possible. It is likely we'll see price hikes. And we actually saw Samsung increase the price of their phone all across their lineup. So here we go. We can pull up Phone Arena here. So Samsung has quietly increased the US prices of the Z Flip 7, Tab S11, Tab S11 Ultra, and more. Really, what it sounds like is they increased prices of some of the devices that are least popular. So Z Flip 7 looks like it got about an $80 bump. S25 FE is a $40 bump. S25 Edge got a little bit of a bump there as well. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, interesting. They didn't put the actual price difference. They just put the before and after. But a lot of the Galaxy S tabs got increased. I think the 1 terabyte model, yeah, so $620, excuse me, $1,620 to $1,899. That is a massive increase. And the number of people buying a 1 terabyte Galaxy S11 Ultra, Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra is probably very few. It looks like some of Tab S10s got an increase. So a lot of that tabs got increased. The main Galaxy S26 lineup, it appears, is not affected at the moment, or is at least less effective. Z Fold, S25, Galaxy Tab. Yeah. So the current lineup seems pretty much unaffected, but some of the older devices and mostly the tablets did get that price bump. So we're starting to see it. We are starting to see it. Prices are not locked. Not locked. Apple makes a grand total of 5 Android apps. No wonder they're not very good at it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think the AI bubble might be starting to pop. I'm curious what that'll do for all of the memory and data centers. Who knows? I think there's a lot evolving. I think OpenAI did cancel an order, I believe, of memory that they were going to purchase, and now they're not going to purchase. My guess is that was probably instantly reallocated to another customer. We'll see what happens. I would like to think we're starting to get closer to being out of this memory shortage and these price hikes, but it could be, another couple of years. And I'm sure the people making the AI models, with the price hikes to memory, it becomes advantageous to find other ways and other hardware components to run the models on and to leverage, I don't want to say like compute or power, or leverage infrastructure from other components to make AI models. So those could evolve. The need for memory could decline. We'll see what happens. Oh, here we go. Tommy, just basically saying what I said, but way better. Google just designed and is starting to implement a new compression algorithm that allows LLMs to use 1/6 of the RAM with similar inference rates. So hopefully RAM becomes lower in demand soon. Yeah, exactly. So the increase in RAM prices effectively created a problem. And now some of the manufacturers and designers behind these AI models are trying to find a solution because it is not only beneficial to consumers, but beneficial to these companies to find different ways of or more efficient ways of using their existing hardware. Green, thank you so much for your generosity and support. What do you think of the rumor split release schedule of the iPhone 18 series? Do you think the Apple Fold will be a yearly release? I think there is a high probability that so first, what is Green asking about? Apple is rumored to be launching the iPhone 18 series, of course, later this year in September. The current rumors indicate it will be a split release. What does this mean? This means that Apple will announce all of the phones, let's say early September, maybe September 12th, around then, and then release the iPhone 18, 18 Pro, and 18 Pro Max. And then maybe a month later, November, December, they will release the iPhone 18 Fold or whatever the Apple Fold is called. So having one announcement for all devices, but two separate dates when those devices become available for sale. I think this personally makes a lot of sense. The devices that are going to sell the most are going to be your brick phones, right? Your sandwich, your slabs. If we get an Air again, right? Those are going to be the devices that sell the most. And Apple will want to have those devices ready and available like clockwork, like they normally do. The manufacturing complexity and timeline of their Fold will likely push it back and or just make it beneficial for Apple to push it back. So I think it will be at a later date. I've heard it's to be determined if it will be at the end of 2026 or if it will in fact be pushed out to early 2027. My gut is that they want to get it out before the holidays, so it'll likely come out, November or December timeframe. Either way, I am pretty excited for that form factor. I think it'll be really fun to see and use. Stetson, Union Wireless is near you. It's time for you to get 58 lines on an ASAP. It is near me. I think what are the two regional ones? What's really cool with Coverage Map is you can see coverage for regional carriers. So I'm in Colorado. We're actually going to want to punt over to the signal strength map. And we want to go and check out. So Union, I think it's Union and Viero. Yeah, so I'm in Colorado, the Longmont area, and you can see Union Wireless is all out through Wyoming. And it bleeds in a little bit to Colorado here. I could go to, so Granby is a good town. So this is Winter Park, the ski mountain. I could go skiing for a day and then also check out Union Wireless cell coverage. That would be kind of fun. Check it out. I tried to sign up online and it looked like I could. So I'll see. What's really funny is the Union Wireless, I think it was like the website, or there was some part where it's just like, all right, let's shop wireless plans, unlimited, sign up now, new customer, contact email. I don't need a bunch of people emailing me. Let's punch this in. Confirm. Wait, they sent a code. Yeah, this is it. This is it. After that, this is the confirmation. Welcome to Union Wireless. It's like some old dude in a cowboy hat. This is likely their target customer. So funny. They nailed it. And cowboy boots and jeans. I mean, they nailed it. I thought it was really funny anyway. So I'm near them. There's one other regional carrier. I think it is Viero. And it's in the other direction. So let me check this. Yeah. Fort Morgan is actually a store, I think, in Fort Morgan. So I could sign up for Viero and test them out. But it would be cool. My enthusiasm for more expensive plans is low. But there you go. Green. Do you think Apple Fold will have a Dex-like mode? No. I think it could, but I think the probability is low because I don't think Apple wants people using their iPhones while like plugged into a monitor. They want it to be more of a phone. So as cool as I think it would be, and as logical as it is, because clearly the phone has the compute to run Mac OS and to provide a desktop like experience, I highly doubt it will. I highly doubt it will. Oh man. Tommy updating. Apple actually has 7 apps for Android. My guess is Apple Music, maybe Apple Find My, maybe there's like a fitness or something. Apple TV, that's probably one of them. I'm kind of at a loss. They definitely don't do like Pages, Keynote, and Numbers for Android. So yeah, I'm not sure what the other ones are. So Tommy's saying Pro Max Fold releasing at once and the 18 plus Air E releasing later makes a lot of sense from a sales perspective and from a manufacturing perspective. That is probably true. Interesting. You're grouping the Pro, the Max, and the Fold together. The 18, the Plus, and the Air. Well, I guess I actually had to do a double take. Like, is there a Plus phone? No. I think it'll be the 18, the Pro, the Max, and the Air all at the same time. Maybe the Air gets pushed back, but I think the Fold will just be the one that gets more pushback. Is there anything good about Xfinity Wireless? Yeah, Big Tank. Xfinity actually just updated their plans. I'm not going to go to the Xfinity website because it's an awful website and it drives me crazy, but I can show you the details here on the Best Phone Plan site and point out where I need to make some updates. So Xfinity, oh, I need to fix this search bar. There we go. Boom. Xfinity Mobile. They have upgraded their premium unlimited plan to now come with unlimited priority data. So $50 a month plus taxes and fees, unlimited priority data, 30 gigs of hotspot, 4K video streaming. You can add a tablet line for $30. I need to fix what that says. You get some international texting included, pay per minute international calling, 5 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and then pay per use international data. Honestly, a pretty good value. You will save money and get most of the same features by going with Visible, by considering total 5G plus. But Xfinity Mobile does offer device deals and discounts, and sometimes it's just nice to bundle your internet and your phone together. So honestly, it's not a bad deal. The unlimited plan here, sometimes you can get this for free, I think. But either way, the base unlimited or the regular unlimited, $40 a month, 30 gigs of priority data, 600 kilobit per second hotspot, not really usable, but it's there. Actually, it's not used. It shouldn't be there. Forget it. And that's pretty much it. So I think the premium plan is likely worth it if you are going to be spending a little bit of money. Ooh, Tommy has the updates. The apps that Apple makes for Android. Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, move to iOS. Okay, I missed that. Apple Music Classical, exclusively for classic music. That seems silly. Beats, Apple TV for Google TV, and AirTag Tracker. I was actually pretty close. So I got Apple Music, I got Apple TV. I missed move to iOS. That should have been an easy one. And then AirTag Tracker, I think I said Find My, which all kind of similar. But yeah, that does make sense. They did make it so that I think Swift can more easily make Android apps now. So hopefully that their apps get better. What's funny is, in my opinion, I think some of the Google apps tend to work a little bit better on iPhone than they do on Android. All right, we have a question from Borakua. Forgive me if I mispronounced that. What is the best $25 plan? What a loaded question. What a loaded question. I can show you my top favorite plans for $25. How about that? Let's go to compare. Let's clear these. We are doing, can I easily filter this? Let's find out. Price, and it's going to be $25 and up. Boom. Oh, yeah, this is perfect. And we're going to want unlimited data because you can get unlimited data for $25, so you should. It'll be this one, next. What else we got? Oh, the Ting one is actually pretty good. Still TBD on the data speeds, but Cricket, you don't need that because US Mobile is better. That's it. Those are the $25 plans. Oh, and the surprise entrance. Wait, what logo is that? Walmart Family Mobile. I have messed up the Walmart Family Mobile logo. Making a note. It is going to be total 5G unlimited. Boom. All right. These are the best $25 plans that are available. First, you might be wondering, why is total 5G unlimited here? It is $50, not $25. Well, as you can see, you can get it for $25 a month when you bring their own device. Total has a promotion. You get 50% off all of their plans when you bring your own device. So that is why it's here. Let's figure out what is best. So Metro by T-Mobile, truly unlimited data on the T-Mobile network. It is one of the best value plans on T-Mobile if you just need truly unlimited data. Unfortunately, no hotspot. That's a deal breaker for me personally. 480p video streaming and more limited international features. Next is Ting's unlimited plan. This is actually priority data. I confirm that. And I showed that earlier in the stream, but I'll show it right now just so you guys can see. So I threw it into Network Signal Guru. And for the Ting line, it was reporting QCI8, so priority data. The concern is that AMBR says 50 megabits per second by 50 megabits per second. So I will be doing some further testing to see if the Ting plan is capped at those speeds or if it's full speed. But either way, even capped at 50 megabits per second, great value for priority data on the Verizon network and full 4K video streaming. I think I can try and show that live on stream. If I pop off the internet, turn off Wi-Fi, that means we're on Ting 5G. Perfect. And if I punch on over to fast.com, I wonder how much that domain was. Pretty crazy get from Netflix. All right, so this is fast.com. Runs a speed test against Netflix's servers, and it's actually really slow right now, 520 kilobits per second, but that is, okay, 1.7, 4.2, 10, there it is, 12 megabits, there it is. That is full 4K streaming, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, not bad. 38 megabits per second. I'm impressed. 4K streaming on a $25 plan on Verizon. That is really good with priority data. So Ting's plan, definitely an option. I need to update that priority level. Pretty weak international features, pay-per-use international calls. So there if you need them, but great value. Total 5G unlimited, again, $25 a month, taxes and fees included. Unlimited high-speed data, unlimited priority like Ting, 15 gigs of hotspot. Ting somehow says unlimited hotspot. I haven't been shut off. I haven't used that much, but it does appear to be unlimited. 720p video streaming, and then way better international features. You're getting international texting included, international calling included, 10 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and 10 gigs in 30 countries. Next, we have US Mobile Unlimited Starter Dark Star. This is one of the best, actually the best option on the AT&T network. So AT&T coverage, $25 a month with all taxes and fees included. Unlimited high-speed data. It is deprioritized, so that's going to be QCI 9. There it is. QCI 9 on AT&T, 20 gigs of hotspot, full 4K video streaming, and then some free international features included as well. International texting, calling, 1 gig in Canada and Mexico, and 1 gig in 80 countries. Lastly, on the Verizon network, we have Visible Base. I like Visible. I like the mobile app. I think they actually do have a better experience than Total Wireless. But from a price to performance ratio, the fact that you can get unlimited priority for $25 and you get better international features included makes Total 5G Unlimited with that 50% off deal a better overall value. So I love Visible, but I don't think they're going to be the best option here. Metro remains the best option on T-Mobile, but I don't think, I mean, there's one more option on T-Mobile. Let me actually add that. It's going to be Starter Lightspeed. I think the best option for $25 on the T-Mobile network is going to be, go to comparison. Yeah, US Mobile Unlimited Starter Lightspeed. The reason being, even though it only comes with 70 gigs of high-speed data before unlimited at 1 megabit per second, 70 gigs is plenty for most people, and it's got 10 gigs of hotspot and 4K video streaming. I think overall this is a way better plan than Metro, and I would sign up for US Mobile's plan all day, every day over Metro's plan. So I'm going to get that out of here. Ting is phenomenal. Arguably, actually, so unlimited full speed hotspot data, unlimited 4K video streaming, which we just proved on stream, priority data, proved on stream with the QCI value. It's going to be better than total 5G unlimited, which sounds crazy. The only reason you'd go total is if you need some of these international features, or if you need a tablet. Ting does not support tablets. Although I wonder if I could put it in my iPad. I will test that out perhaps. I think total's great. It's going to be better than Visible, which I think I already got rid of. But I think Ting is slightly better right now. So we'll remove that. Again, only thing TBD is the data speeds if they are capped at the 50 megabits per second. Wish I had taken the time to go out before stream because I didn't know we'd have this question. But yeah, these are probably the three best on T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon. This is probably the lineup. Depends on what network has the best coverage. Of course, we can plug coveragemap.com, check your location. Let's just check out Denver. I actually don't know what's best in Denver. Denver, Colorado. This totally tracks. T-Mobile, 248. Verizon, 269. Wow. It's because Verizon is millimeter wave, and I've been out testing it, and that's probably boosting their median speed quite a bit. But yeah, T-Mobile's fantastic. Verizon's fantastic. AT&T, a little bit less fantastic. So check which network is best, and then where did that tab go? Pick one of these plans. That's what I'd say. I hope that's helpful. What does deprioritize mean, and does it even matter? This, I need to make, Tommy, you actually made a clip of this video. I need to put that up because this question comes up most streams, I feel like. And it's such a good question because the truth is no one really knows. I can explain it from a technical standpoint, but from a real world standpoint, we don't really know yet. So what does deprioritization mean? Basically, on a cell network, there is a way for the carrier to prioritize certain traffic above other types of traffic. This makes a lot of sense. Think of there being an emergency, right? You would want police, firefighters, nurses to have phones that have priority on the network, so their communication is almost guaranteed to go through, and everyone else is kind of bumped down a tier because it's less important, right? You need the first responders, the people helping out in emergency situations, to make sure their essential communication goes through. So you can have certain connections on the network prioritized over other connections. The way this is denoted is with something called QCI values, or quality of service class identifiers. These values range from like 1 to, I think typically from 1 to 10, but there's a couple other ones. The ones that are for data are the block that are 6, 7, 8, and 9, where the lower number 6 is a higher priority than the higher number 9. So QCI 6 is top priority on all the networks, but the different networks utilize these values differently. Let me give you the actual example. And I can actually pull up the article on the Best Phone Plan site here. We just go to news and priority. Boom, what is premium data? Network priority levels explained. I go through, I have all these mapped out. But basically, 1 through 5, QCI values 1 through 5 are conversational voice, live video streaming, real-time gaming, buffered video streaming, group and picture messaging. QCI 6 is data priority 1. QCI 7 is data priority 2. QCI 8 is data priority 3. And QCI 9 is data priority 4. As I mentioned, the networks use these differently. So Verizon, the QCI values you typically see are QCI 8 priority. This is consumer priority data. Back when I made this graphic, that was play more, do more, get more, and all those things. Right now, this is going to be Verizon Unlimited Plus, Verizon Unlimited Ultimate, some of the top tier Verizon prepaid plans, Visible Plus Pro, Total 5G Unlimited, Total 5G Unlimited Plus, Mobile X Gold, US Mobile Unlimited Premium, Xfinity Mobile and Spectrum Mobile still get priority data. So that is consumer priority data QCI 8. QCI 9 is Verizon deprioritized. This is Verizon Unlimited Welcome. This is US Mobile Unlimited Starter. These are the entry-level Mobile X Unlimited 10 and Unlimited 30 plans. Basically, most MVNOs that offer Verizon data are going to be QCI 9, unless it specifically says priority data or premium data. And then QCI 7, I have not seen a test or a network signal guru screenshot with QCI 7 on the Verizon network. My best guess and current understanding is this is likely for first responder plans and certain business plans. I think they might be able to get access to QCI 7 so that they are able to get higher priority on the network. And it might be that these plans are specifically negotiated and set up between Verizon and actual first responder, emergency responder agencies directly, as opposed to going into a Verizon store and just signing up. On the AT&T network, it's actually very similar. So QCI 8 is normal consumer priority data. This is going to be AT&T Unlimited, Extra 2.0, Premium 2.0. It's going to be most of the AT&T prepaid plans. This is going to be US Mobile Unlimited Premium. This is actually now going to be all of the Red Pocket plans. Those are all now QCI 8 priority data as well. And there's probably some other plans. Any plan from Gigs, that'll be Sezzle Mobile, that'll be Klarna Mobile. That's going to be QCI 8 priority data as well. QCI 7 is available with their new AT&T Turbo add-on. And funny enough, we've gone full circle. The new Elite 2.0 plan comes with QCI 7 as well now. I believe QCI 6 is again reserved for those first responder plans, including Business Elite and the FirstNet plans. Haven't personally seen that, but that's my current understanding. And then QCI 9 is, LOL, T-Mobile priority 4. AT&T priority level 4. This is going to be just normal deprioritized data on the AT&T network. The new Starter 2.0 plan actually comes with 5 gigs of QCI 8 before it is knocked down to QCI 9. So that's kind of cool. A lot of the entry-level unlimited plans from AT&T Prepaid and Cricket are QCI 9. US Mobile Unlimited Starter is QCI 9. A lot of the AT&T MVNOs, such as Pure Talk and H2O Wireless, I believe those are QCI 9. So that is the AT&T network. T-Mobile does things a little differently. They actually start at QCI 6 as their priority tier. So this is the top tier priority data on the T-Mobile network. This is going to be Experience More and Experience Beyond. It's also going to be Google Fi and the T-Mobile prepaid plans. Those are the only plans that get QCI 6 priority data on T-Mobile. All other plans, T-Mobile Essentials, all of the Metro by T-Mobile plans, all of the T-Mobile MVNOs, including US Mobile, Red Pocket, Tello, any other T-Mobile MVNO, those are all going to start at QCI 7. Mint Mobile, Ultra Mobile, QCI 7. Some of those plans, such as Metro by T-Mobile, such as Mint Mobile, such as Ultra Mobile, they will include a certain allotment of QCI 7 before dropping all the way down to QCI 9. QCI 9 is bottom of the barrel. This is Essentials after 50 gigs, T-Mobile Prepaid after 50 gigs, Metro after 35 gigs, 50 gigs, or 70 gigs, depending on what tier Metro plan you have. This is Mint Mobile after 35 gigs, and a lot of other plans. So that is bottom of the barrel QCI 9 data on T-Mobile. QCI 8, my understanding is this is reserved for hotspot data. I have not been able to, personally see that with any form of measurement, but that is my understanding of the priority data on T-Mobile. So you can see how the different networks utilize these QCI values differently to prioritize traffic on their individual networks. So I hope that is helpful and kind of explains how the networks work. What's cool is I did do side-by-side tests of the different priority levels way back in, when was this video made? 4 years ago. Oh my gosh. 4 years ago. Anyway, I did side-by-side speed tests. And what's really cool is you can see the different priority levels impacting each other and influencing the speeds on the other devices. So you can definitely check those out if you're interested. I need to make new versions of these videos with the Coverage Map app and get way more insights and information. So either way, I hope that's helpful. Doesn't matter. The bigger part of your question, does all of what we just talked about matter? The answer is during times when the network is busy, you will likely notice a small difference in your connection speed. But the real question is how big of a difference, right? Like, think of it here in Colorado, we have an express lane on the highway. This is a dedicated lane. You actually have to pay to drive in that lane, virtually no traffic, and you can go faster than everyone. If you're driving at 5 a.m., say you're going to the airport, and there's no traffic on the highway, it doesn't matter which lane you're in. If you pay to be in the premium lane, the fast lane, it's not going to make a difference versus just being in the lane all the way on the right because there's literally no one on the road at 5 in the morning. However, at 9 in the morning, or realistically 8:30, as everyone is in rush hour traffic trying to get there to their job on time at 9, well, then it's going to be slammed. And everyone in those left 3 lanes is probably going to be going way slower. And the express lane is likely going to be going way faster. So during certain times of day, it will likely make a difference, but it's hard to say how much of a difference. And the difference between getting, 30 megabits per second on a deprioritized plan and 400 megabits per second on a plan with premium data realistically is not going to impact your end user experience on your phone. You can use your phone and do everything you need to on a connection that's 30 megabits per second in speed. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's going to take some more real world testing and logging to really figure that out. But I hope that's helpful. This is Borakoa saying, Stetson, the plans you showed me look so good. I don't know what to choose. Between the plans that I showed, this is the $25 plans. I think we can just go to compare, right? All of these are fantastic. I would say it depends on which network is best in your area. If I personally were to pick a plan, I would probably do, look, the AT&T network in my area is not good. So I personally would sign up for US Mobile Unlimited Starter Lightspeed. This meets my needs. It's at a great price. US Mobile, I think, has the best account dashboard and settings. Like, I had to move my Ting plan today without going too into the weeds and showing you and stuff. Basically, in order to move your line, so I had to move my Ting line, no joke, from this iPhone to this Pixel phone. The way Ting does it is it makes it sound like you are adding a line to your account. And then as you're activating this new line on your account, you have the option to get a new number, transfer your existing number, or select one of the numbers from your account. So it feels like you're adding a new line, and then it's like, oh, wait, you click this drop down, you can actually move one of your existing lines, and then there's a $0 fee for doing that. I never would have found it. It's a miracle I did find it, but more hidden than I would have thought. Not the flow I would have expected. I don't see my data use. Well, Ting actually does have data usage, but it's more of cumulative monthly usage versus day to day. US Mobile, so much easier. They have a dedicated button to switch your device. Super fast, easy flow to follow. It makes sense. You get your data usage analytics on a day-by-day basis. I think, like, if I'm choosing between them, I would go US Mobile. But that's my personal preference. Ting is arguably a better plan with the priority data and stuff. I really need to fix this. Do you guys want to see the back end of the website? Because, yeah, I need to sign in and get that updated. Hang on. Boom. Let's sign in. Just drives me crazy. All right, we're on the back end. This is it. This is the new glorious back end of the website. We're going to go to plans. We are going to find that Ting plan. It is the Ting Unlimited 25 plan. Details, and this is now going to be unlimited priority. Boom. I think that's good. Priority info, we'll just say unlimited QCI 8 priority data. And we can verify that is QCI 8. Boom. Publish changes. Now, oh, look at this. We go back, refresh. Oh, would you look at that? Unlimited priority. Unlimited QCI 8 priority data. That is beautiful. What a beautiful thing. What else do I need to fix? US Mobile Unlimited Starter Dark Star Annual. While we're here, we're going to fix that too. Plans. Dark Star. General. Here it is. Publish changes. I think that was it. Oh, one more thing. Plans, Dark Star, Premium, we have to fix that hotspot allotment. That'll also drive me crazy. All right, unlimited priority, high speed. Here we go. Allowance, here we go. 200 gigabytes. Actually, we don't need to do the allowance override. We need to do this. 100 gigs full speed, 100 gigs at 8 megabits per second, then unlimited at 600 kilobits per second. Publish changes. Boom. Now we go back to the site and we can just go to plans. Dark Star. Oh, it's unlimited premium Dark Star. Oops. Boom. And then we hover here. Perfect. 100 gigs full speed, 100 gigs at 8 megabits per second, and 100 at 600, or then unlimited at 600 kilobits per second. Awesome. Updates have been made. We are back. We are back. Am I going to clip this one too? I left, made myself tacos, came back, and you were still talking about priority. Tommy, it is, that's a 20-minute video. It's in depth. Maybe I said too much, but it's very thorough, right? I'll compare how I explained it this time versus how I explained it last time. Maybe look at my hairstyle, see which clip I like better. Go with that. No, yeah, it is crazy. Hopefully the tacos are good. What kind of tacos do you make? I feel like beef barbacoa, so good. Oh man, now I'm getting hungry. Jared, is T-Mobile experience beyond the highest QCI? I was at a sporting event, but I could barely load anything. Jared, oh my gosh, this is, guys, ladies and gentlemen, Jared is making an incredible point. Let's go back to the car analogy. If it's 8:30 in the morning and everything is slammed and there's traffic in the paid express lane, well, guess what? It doesn't matter what priority you have. You're in stopped bumper to bumper traffic no matter what. Jared makes the great point. T-Mobile Experience Beyond is the highest priority available on the T-Mobile network, QCI 6. Even with QCI 6, Jared could barely load anything. That means there were just so many people on the T-Mobile network. The network couldn't handle the capacity, and it didn't matter if you had QCI 6 or QCI 7 or QCI 8 or QCI 9. Everything was just super slow and not loading. So it doesn't make a difference. It can make a difference. Jared, maybe if you had patience and 20 minutes to spare, you would have loaded a web page before someone else. But the fact is, the network was slammed, so no one could load anything. No one could load anything. So sometimes priority doesn't even matter. Oh man, shredded pork tacos. Sign me up. Guys, dinner at Tommy's place. No, that sounds delicious. TJ, I have a question for you. Can you do a comparison for US Mobile for business and business for these other phone carriers? Man, TJ, the short answer, I think, is you should likely go with US Mobile. Their plan is pretty good. I'll give you a quick overview. I'm not going to dive into all the business plans just yet because I don't have the US Mobile. I'll add that. I'll make a little note. I know you guys don't want to watch me add that live on stream, so I'm going to make a note here. Add US Mobile business. Oh, wow. Biz to website. I'll add that for you later, so the full comparison will be available. To give you the quick rundown, the US Mobile business plan is extremely similar to the consumer plan. However, business starter, so basically $5 extra for the starter line. It comes with QCI 8 priority data as opposed to QCI 9 deprioritized data. Only available on AT&T. The top plan is $5 more expensive and basically only gives you dedicated business support. Everything else is exactly the same. I'm actually kind of upset with US Mobile. They're advertising Priority Plus. They've been advertising this since last year, I think. And from what I can tell, they are nowhere closer to shipping this. That's probably not true. They probably are a little bit closer to shipping it. But to me, it feels disingenuous to have a feature that's coming soon and to have been coming soon for so many months now. Like that's not an actual advantage at the moment. It's like so easy to remove that from the website and to just add it back when the feature is actually ready. You also have the buy the gig options. If you want to do a pool of data, right? You can do like a, 150 gig pool for, I guess that's one line. How about 100 lines? $1,000 a month. It sounds crazy, but that's like what? 10, 20, look, 1022 a line. Like That's actually not bad. So I think US Mobile will likely be a super good, super affordable option. Great dashboard for managing everything, right? So it could be worth checking out. The business plans from the big carriers, they might be able to give you some good rates. Could be worth checking out. But honestly, I'm sorry to say I don't really want to go through those right now. Mac Gear 99. Today is my 1 month anniversary of switching to Visible. Congratulations. Thanks for the amazing information you provided in your videos, website, and Coverage Map app. Thanks for helping me save money. Mac Gear 99. I'm super stoked to hear that. I am so glad you're saving some money. And hopefully you are enjoying Visible. Happy 1 month anniversary. Oh, I missed a super chat. That is totally my bad. G Brownie, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Take on the new Motorola Stylus phone. Best deals. I have not seen this. So let's see what's going on. 2025, 2026, is that it? The Google results are crazy. So Moto G Stylus, Pantone. Wow, they're using some Pantone colors. Awesome. Also, can I take a moment to rage about cookie banners? Cookie banners are the worst thing to happen to the internet of all time. Okay. Smoke. What other colors? Oh, it's literally Pantone Lavender Mist or Pantone Coal Smoke. The answer is Coal Smoke, in my opinion. Easy enough. 128, 256, 500 or $600 unlocked. Yeah, I'm sure it's decent. I mean, my take is generally I think you will get a better phone for the money if you're open to getting last year's model either used or refurbished. I'm sure the Moto G Stylus is pretty good. Based on the starting price, my gut is that the an S25, right? If we check out channel sponsor Back Market and we search for a Galaxy S25, dang. Sorry. As an owner of an S25 Ultra, the depreciation of this is crazy. But yeah, $440. I think I would rather get an S25 unlocked, a premium flagship phone, as opposed to the Moto G Stylus. But that is my take. If you want the Stylus, you might want to go with like an S25 Ultra. What does that go for? $749. So this is more expensive. S24 Ultra. This is what I'm saying. You just find the one that 586. Like, this is a killer phone. You go back, you watch the reviews of this. It's awesome. Like, it's just such a great phone. So that's my take. The best deals. I think the best deals are always buying unlocked and then going with the carrier of your choice. You'll save a lot of money. It did look like when I did a Google search that Boost had it, and Metro looks like has some deals as well. So like 179. This is the 2025 model though. Is that what it is? The colors are different. Either way, my take stays consistent. I encourage you, if you want this device, buy unlocked from Motorola or on Amazon, and then go with a prepaid carrier of your choice. Last year's Stylus model is as close to a Note 9 you can get that's new. Interesting. A phone not having a headphone jack is a deal breaker for me. Whoa. I didn't even realize my phones don't have headphone jacks. That's wild. I haven't used that port in so long. Boricoa, ask away. Mario, have you heard of Visible canceling an account for using too much data? If so, how much data was it? So Visible, love-hate relationship about this. Verizon broadly has policies in place to protect their network from network abuse. In some areas, this policy is more apparent and visible than others. So Verizon data usage policy. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Boom. So this is the Verizon website. Important plan information. Unlimited welcome plan. So unlimited data is restricted to on-device smartphone usage. The most important thing here, whoa, guys, look. They actually say in the terms now the speeds are capped at 25 megabits per second on 5G ultra wideband. That's what we've been saying. More importantly, after exceeding 500 gigs of smartphone data use per month, smartphone data speeds are reduced to up to 4 megabits per second for the rest of your monthly billing cycle. Verizon is very clear about this on their website. After 500 gigs, you're slowed down to 4 megabits per second. Visible, it turns out, will actually slow you down to about 1.5 megabits per second after 450 gigs. They do not disclose that, to my knowledge, anywhere on their site, at least the last time I checked. So I'm kind of upset about that. And it's this weird nuance of like, what is unlimited data? Should like, is 450 gigs before unlimited at 1 megabit per second still unlimited? Should they disclose that more clearly? How should it be presented? I think there are users who will consume that, and they should know like what the plan is before they sign up. On the other hand, most people use like 10 to 15 gigs per month. 90%, probably 99% of people use 100 gigs or less per month. So 450 gigs is an insane amount of data for smartphone data usage. And maybe that is enough where you can just call it unlimited and, 0.01% of people will ever be affected by that. But still 0.01% of, 330 million Americans is still a sizable chunk of people. Anyway, to answer your question directly, after 450 gigs, Visible will slow your speeds. I think they may cancel your account if you use, like 2 terabytes or something insane in a month, but you're not going to be doing that at the 1 megabit per second speed cap. It is possible to reach out and get your line re-provisioned to get another 450 gigs of high-speed data. But broadly speaking, you should be fine. Unless you're trying to replace your actual home internet with your Visible line, you're not going to need to worry about it. So I hope that's helpful. Who needs headphone jacks? You do. All right. Look, I don't think you need it. That's my hot take. Everything is using Bluetooth. Is it the best? Maybe not, but it certainly helps with waterproofing. And maybe I've drunk the Kool-Aid. The companies have convinced me, but no, I haven't used it in a while. I don't think we need it. Any carrier you would suggest that has maximum app bundles like Netflix, Hulu, and Disney for under 50? Tommy said it. Nope. The answer to your question is no. The closest that we can get is going to be the Total Wireless plan. Okay, so this is the best option. Total 5G plus unlimited. You bring your own device. This knocks the price down to $30 a month, and it comes with Disney Plus Premium included. That's it. That's the best bundle you can do right now, basically in the entire wireless industry, in my opinion. If you do need other services, your best bet is actually to just get a plan that's super affordable, whether that's Total or whether that's one of my other top picks, right? If we just go to my main website, whether that's Visible, US Mobile, Visible or Total, or one of the lower cost plans like Helium or Red Pocket or Mobile X or Tello, or one of the annual plans like Red Pocket, US Mobile, Visible, or Mint. Basically, get a plan that meets your usage needs and coverage, and then just get the subscription services you want separately. Borg Granta, if you are homeless, you are more likely to need 450 gigs or more. That may be true. I still feel like I would struggle to hit 450 gigs of usage with just like normal email, web browsing, social media and stuff. Like that is a lot of data usage to push through a phone. Anchor, thanks. You're most welcome. I use Visible for home internet to avoid paying over $100 a month for internet. Then Starlink came with plans under $100, so I switched to them. That's the move. Jeez, hit 1.2 terabytes before when I was in college. How? What are you doing? What do you guys do? I do use a lot of home internet data, partially because I was running a speed test. I can kind of show you the setup actually. I won't run it because it'll lag the stream like crazy. I'll probably start it after the stream again. But basically, had the, hang on, it's loading. It's loading. Pop this on, boom. Basically had the coverage map app set up to run recurring tests once every 5 minutes, aka a 30-second test with a 567-second gap between tests, which is actually not once every 5 minutes. That's once every 10 minutes. And then it would run a test and measure the T-Mobile 5G home internet connection. My goal with that was actually to see how the deprioritized QCI9 data of T-Mobile home internet, here it is, of T-Mobile home internet impacted the performance throughout the day. Like, would I see slower speeds in the morning? Would I see faster speeds in the afternoon, slower speeds in the evening again when everyone got home and started streaming? Pretty much for all the tests I ran, it peaked at over 800 megabits per second. The slowest was probably around 450 megabits per second. I do want to run it again because the app crashed, not going to lie. And I want to get some more data points. Bottom line, everything was usable. And I did notice a little bit of variance in the performance throughout the day. So run it. I want to run it for a couple days and see what's up. But either way, that used a bunch of data. And the computer backups. It turns out when you film like 100 gigs worth of video, and then your computer is set to back up all of your files and the video files back up, that will use a lot of data. So that's really how I use my data. Yeah. My personal plan, I use 10 gigs a month, I think. Brian, thank you so much. Hey, Stetson, this is Brian from Madison, Maine. So it's okay now, but 5 minutes ago, your upload of your stream for your videos is freezing, just to let you know. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. Probably T-Mobile home internet. Does T-Mobile do the same thing as Verizon with their unlimited plan for a secret data cap? I mean, basically, in the carrier's terms, it is listed that they can kick you off for excessive usage. What counts as excessive usage? That's really hard to say. The carriers usually have their own definitions of that. I personally have used over a terabyte on T-Mobile in a month and been totally fine. I think you'd probably be fine up to 2 terabytes. I think if you use like maybe 3 or 5 or 10 terabytes, you might get a letter from them politely saying, hey, please stop doing that. And if you continue to do that, they'll probably kick you off. But they'll usually give you some sort of warning before taking drastic action. And you shouldn't worry about that. Like if you're using that much data, like you're doing something crazy, is my opinion. Yeah. Unlimited TM. And it's like, what is unlimited? I almost envy the plans in Europe, which is just like, you get 300 gigs. That's it. And people know like, oh, that's totally fine. It's nuts here. Unlimited has so many, not even quotes. It's like quotes and like 5 different asterisks. So Visible Plus has been great with unlimited data. And yeah, Generation Squirrel, we were just talking about that. Like Visible Plus, if you use 450 gigs, you will get slowed down to 1.5 megabits per second. I tested that and observed that personally. And it's hard to do. Like I just left the phone on streaming a 4K video 24/7. It's hard to hit that number. What is the QCI of the highest Cricket wireless plan? And is it the QCI, is it the same as the highest AT&T prepaid plan? The answer is yes. Both of those are going to be QCI 8. And we can actually pull those up on the Best Phone Plan site. So if we do Cricket, the highest one is going to be Supreme Unlimited. We can add that to comparison. And if we do AT&T Prepaid, highest one is AT&T Prepaid Unlimited Ultra. Add that to comparison. Can't see the compare button now, so that means I was zoomed in. Let's remove the ones that we no longer need. Go to comparison. Bam. Most importantly, check a look. Video streaming is different, so that's worth pointing out. 30 gigs hotspot versus 50 gigs hotspot. That's funny. Unlimited priority. Okay, so that is the same. And you can see here noted both are QCI 8. That is going to be priority data on the AT&T network. Ooh, we have a casual quick tip. AT&T's Teachers Appreciation does not expire even if you change your profession. That is great to know. That is great to know. Yeah, I'll never get to that point. I have Visible for my business line and T-Mobile for my personal. They're both unlimited prioritized. So true. Oh, yeah. Mac Gear 99. The most mobile data I've used is 250 gigs in a month. And that was when I didn't have power for a week after a bad storm. So on T-Mobile at that time. Yeah, it totally makes sense. Unlimited means data doesn't stop after using so many gigabytes. Alan, this is true. And my question for you is, if you were to limit data, what would the ways be that you could do it? In my mind, you could limit data based on allotment or based on speed. And if you have unlimited data that's capped at 1 megabit per second, I guess technically the allotment is unlimited, but the speed is limited. So I don't know. I feel like unlimited should mean full speed, no caps. No cap. You know what I'm saying, chat? Sorry, it's like a generation younger than me would get that. Wait, Tommy, that's really funny. I once used 400 gigs streaming YouTube. My family plan at the time was unlimited, but the sales rep was trying to downsell us to 100 gig plan until he saw that. First of all, crazy that a rep was trying to downsell you. But yeah, 400 gigs is nuts. The Cogscast, you can get the union deal with AT&T if you join a freelancer union for free, and you don't have to pay activation fees then. That is a pro tip. We have Vinboy11 saying thoughts on US Mobile with Starlink. I actually signed up for this. I made a video. I recorded a video twice. The first time, the microphone did not record. I was quite upset. I can show a quick example. This is the mic I have. Oh, we'll just unplug the cable. Boom, problem solved. This is the mic I have. It is a Zoom H5. It's been getting the job done for so many years, so long, in fact, that the plastic on the back is actually like, it looks like it's melting and it's really sticky and gross. Anyway, that's besides the point. I went in and hit record to start recording the audio. And unfortunately, I'm so upset about this. Whoever made the darn sliding switch on SD cards that turns them into protected mode, that is the most frustrating piece of hardware in existence. Let me walk you through it. There's a little gray switch at the very top there. Can you see that? Well, the camera focus, there's no, oh my God. That gray switch right there, right? Right now you can read and write to this card. When it's in this position, it's blocked. You cannot write to the card. Well, guess what? The way you insert an SD card into any device at all is like this. It's actually, well, like this. Bam, right? And guess what has a tendency to get caught and slide down into the protected position? That little gray switch. So the bottom line, I hit record. I thought I was recording audio. I was not. The SD card was in protected mode, so it didn't record. So I had to record again. This is to say, I did end up ordering Starlink. I did record a video. At some point, I will edit it and I'll post it on the internet and you guys can watch it. I was more excited initially about this announcement, but now that I've ordered it, I'm less excited. The summary is this. US Mobile Starlink. What is it? US Mobile is effectively reselling Starlink service. You go to US Mobile's website, you can see they have a new home internet section. You actually can't see that because it's on a different window because I got my windows confused. We go to the US Mobile website. You can see they have a new home internet section. It's for Starlink. They have 3 plans. These are actually the exact same plans that Starlink offers directly. Residential 100, residential 200, and residential max. Only difference is US Mobile is $20 a month cheaper, $30 a month instead of $50, $60 instead of $80, $100 instead of $120. But the reason is because the discount is only for 6 months, and it goes back to the regular price. So, okay, you get a 6 months discount. It looks nice, but that's really it. The funny thing is when you order Starlink through US Mobile, you pay US Mobile, and then no joke, you literally have to go to the Starlink website, Okay. You have to go to the Starlink website. You'll actually land, you'll land here. Wow, did they update their website? You have to go to the Starlink website. You will have to re-enter your address. And then once you enter your address, can I get started? Can I just view? I just want to see the plans. All right, let me enter this. Get started. Make sure this doesn't show up anywhere. Oof. Well, I can't specifically show you, but you have to enter your address. You have to literally select the same plan that you ordered and then order your dish through Starlink. So it's like you make a Starlink account anyway. Why not just go direct? Now you do save a little bit of money by buying through US Mobile, right? You save, I think it's like $60 net. But I don't know. I was less excited. I ordered it. I'll have the video out. I'll test it out for a month. I'll return it. I'll actually return it this time. But yeah, they're just reselling it. There's no real advantage. There's not you don't get a bundle discount. They're just combining different promos, right? They're combining their plan promo with their special $20 a month Starlink discount. It's not really special in my opinion. All right. Eva Cody, thank you so much for your generosity and support. I appreciate you. So back in December, I got a used S24 Plus and it's been great. I would say used flagship is what most should go for. Dang, Eva Cody, saying what I've been saying. I love it. Take a screenshot of that. I have so many of these screenshots I need to actually go ahead and share on Twitter, but I love that. That is awesome. That's such a silly face. Oh man, but yeah, so that is a great point, and I'm 100% on board with that. Okay. Tommy, $60 is $60. You're right. I mean, that's it used to be 6 Chipotle burritos, but that's probably closer to 5 Chipotle burritos right now, especially if you get guac. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong. $60 is $60. It didn't feel like the tight integration that I was hoping for. You know what I mean? Mac Gear, I'm definitely considering an iPhone 16 Pro Max on back market, honestly. I mean, they are a channel sponsor, so I'm going to be super biased, but the value is really good. My dad, I mean, just bought an iPhone 15 Pro here. So iPhone 16 Pro Max, what are we looking at? Instead of, what's the new one? It's insane. $1,200, $760. Let's do excellent condition. $820. Superb phone. Superb phone. Yeah. Great value. Man, I saw someone recently with the white titanium. It looks clean. It looks clean. But black is going to be the most affordable. So not to only get it if you need it, right? All right. Farah, hey Stetson, Metro has deals where you get new phones at discounted rates. Do you own it outright? When could you switch after purchasing and essentially getting a discount on the device? Yeah, so whenever you buy a phone from these prepaid carriers, it's usually locked for 12 months. I can check that for you right now, but I think it's going to be locked for 12 months. So Metro unlocking policy. Oh, I definitely said I was going to have a document in one of my videos with more unlocking policies, and I have not made it. All right. Metro by T-Mobile's approach to device unlocking. Unlock eligibility. Yeah, here it is. The device must be purchased from Metro by T-Mobile. The device must not be reported as lost, stolen, or blocked. 365 days must have passed since the device's activation date. So you have to buy it, activate it, and use it on Metro by T-Mobile for 365 days. Now, sometimes it is possible to purchase a phone on a specific plan, get a discount, and then switch to a lower tier plan and still get that discount and ride out the rest of the year. But broadly speaking, I think it's better for you and a better experience to buy the phone outright from someone else and then bring it to a carrier of your choice. So that is always what I recommend. All right, the Chaz coming in with a super chat. Thank you so much. Hey, Stetson, thinking of switching from US Mobile. Currently have premium, but Visible feels like it doesn't offer enough for the price difference. So it sounds like you're switching from US Mobile to visible, I mean, yeah, I would just I would do it if I were you. Like, I've been debating doing the same, but have not. The features are super good between the plans and probably worth it. So we'll use this unlimited premium. What do you have? Warp, Dark Speed, Dark Star. I'm gonna say Warp. I'm assuming you're on Verizon, and that's why you're thinking about it. And then we'll do Visible Plus Pro, and there it is. Boom. Add a comparison. Oh, I need to fix the title of that. Maybe I can do that right now. Where's that tab? Here it is. We'll go to plans, Visible Plus Pro, bam, general, delete, publish, boom. Okay. Compare, remove the ones that we no longer need, go to comparison. Unlimited premium warp on US Mobile versus Visible Plus Pro. Both are excellent. Unlimited priority data on Verizon. Okay. Visible has better hotspot, unlimited at 15 megabits per second versus 50 gigs on US Mobile. 50 gigs at full speed is pretty nice, but I think unlimited at 15 megabits per second is better. 4K video streaming versus 720p video streaming. And then both have great international features. Visible Plus is unlimited international texting to 200 countries, 500 minutes of free international calling to 85 countries, talk text and 2 gigs a day in Canada and Mexico, and then unlimited talk text and 2 gigs per day for 24 days per year, which is super nice. US Mobile is international texting to 200 countries, international calling to 200 countries, 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and then 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 20 gigs in 125 countries. So pretty great international features for both. But ultimately, I think Visible Plus Pro, if you want Verizon coverage, it is, I think, a little bit better. With the hotspot and the video streaming, both include a free smartwatch line as well. And you can get Visible Plus Pro for $18.75 a month right now. That's insane. That's insane, right? Visible, shout them out, right? I mean, I'm an affiliate of them, so link in the description, check them out. But save up to 50%, Visible Plus Pro, $225, $18.75 a month for a first year. So good. So good. So yeah, the Chaz, yeah, like it's worth it to save money and switch. You know what I mean? Matt Gear, that's exactly why I went with Visible Plus Pro over US Mobile. Honestly, a much more feature-packed plan. It's really nice. It's a really nice plan. KPU, do you know if Metro lines get the same priority as T-Mobile Postpaid? KPU, it turns out they do not. So T-Mobile Postpaid is going to be QCI 6 for Experience More and Experience Beyond. Metro by T-Mobile is going to be QCI 7. And it depends on what Metro plan you get. So taking a look at the best phone plan site here, and if we just show all of the Metro plans, so the $25, $30, and $40 plans will all give you 35 gigs of QCI 7 data before knocking you down to QCI 9. The Metro Flex Unlimited, the $50 plan, is going to give you 50 gigs of QCI 7 data before knocking you down to QCI 9. And then the Metro Flex Unlimited Plus is going to give you 70 gigs of QCI 7 data before knocking you down to QCI 9. So all of them are deprioritized, and then they'll knock you down a little bit more after a certain amount of usage. Happy day cool, LOL. What is the difference from T-Mobile Better Value Plan than their Experience Beyond? This is a fantastic question. Let's quickly dive into it. And then I see the Chaz. This is another super chat. So the Chaz will get to you right after this. So Better Value is a great plan that's only available for 3 or more lines, which is why you need to have that selected. We'll add that to comparison, and let's actually remove these from the comparison. And the question was, how does it compare to Experience Beyond? We'll add that to comparison as well. Boom, compare to. Here we go. So the big thing with Better Value is going to be the price. Right now, the price is a little bit unfair because we're looking at 3 lines versus 1 line, but the pricing is way better across the board. If we just do see full details for both, this is Experience Beyond. All right. It is 100, 85, 56, 53, 52. This is better value. It is 46, 42, 40, right? So pretty big difference for 3 lines to 5 lines, right? So you're saving money. Feature-wise, better value is basically a better plan. Same unlimited priority data, same 250 gigs of hotspot data, same 4K video streaming, same international texting, same $15 add-on for international calling, same 30 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and you actually get 15 gigs extra of international data. So 30 gigs international data on better value versus 15 gigs on Experience Beyond. The only real difference between these plans is A, how many lines you have to have in order to sign up, and then B, device promotions. So Experience Beyond is eligible for better device promotions, typically up to $1,100 off, and you're eligible to upgrade every 12 months. With better value, you're typically eligible for up to $830 off for device promotions, and you're only eligible to upgrade every 24 months. So if you like getting the newest, latest, and greatest phones, Experience Beyond could be a smarter choice for you. But broadly speaking, better value has the same or better features. And if you're cool upgrading your phone every 24 months, it's definitely going to save you money and be an excellent option. So I hope that's helpful. All right, the Chaz. The only reason I'm sticking to US Mobile is because I have a free multi-network, but Dark Star feels unstable for me. Plus, I have Helium. Yeah, US Mobile does have that unique feature where you can purchase a second eSIM for $10 extra, get a data-only plan on a second network, which is super, super cool and definitely a perk of sticking with them. But yeah, I just think it depends on like what network you have, what you want, and what coverage is like in your area. So it's still a great plan. Like the good news is you can't go wrong. You're choosing between excellent and also excellent, like both are great. And that's unlimited priority data versus US Mobile at that price is only 70 gigs of premium data. This is probably talking about a different plan. The big game, James, what do you think about Helium Mobile for a spare line? I think it's great. I think if you're looking at my site, right, the plans I suggest on the homepage here for low-cost plans, we've got Helium Mobile 0, which actually I need to fix the price. Can I do that now? Where is this thing? See, now that it's faster to do this. So plans 0, Helium Mobile 0. All right, let's figure out. It's going to be lines. Amount after tax. Oh, that's why. I'll update that for now, but it should be $0, I think. The thing is, you have to pay for taxes and fees, so it'll have taxes and fees. Did it not update? Oops. Wow, I really need to take a look at that. Anyway, the 0 plan is great. It gives you a gig for $2.20 in my area. No hotspot, deprioritize, 100 minutes, 300 texts, super affordable. I think the better option for a second line is probably this Helium Mobile Air, $15 for 10 gigs. Great option, gives you coverage on the Helium network as well as T-Mobile. And so that's listed right here. 10 gigs high speed, 5 gigs of hotspot, unlimited minutes and text is a pretty good option. Yeah, for $15, this is one of the best value plans you can get. Taylor, thank you so much. Would you choose better value over AT&T's new Elite plan? Yes, all day, every day. Yep, easy. Let me see if I can share that. AT&T's new plans, perfect. And I can show you exactly why. I need to switch this out. Where is the keynote? Here it is. Bam. And then can I present? No, I don't want to present. I want to share the window. Here it is. Awesome. So this is the video I made where I explained AT&T's new plans. We have extra, value, and premium. I'm missing the new Elite plan, but the sentiment I'm about to share is the same. So I did a full comparison of all of the plans and stuff. When you get to the top tier plans, a key difference between AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon are the included perks. AT&T has nothing, literally nothing. That's what I wrote in the keynote. You go to T-Mobile, you're getting Netflix standard with ads. You're getting Hulu. You're getting $10 off Apple TV, which in my opinion is the best streaming platform right now. You get a 1-year AAA membership, free in-flight Wi-Fi, although that may have been removed, but may also be coming back / might be made free anyway. And you get T-Satellite included. I estimate this is about $46 a month in savings or $550 per year. Verizon, similar story. $10 off Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus with ads. $10 off Netflix and HBO Max with ads. $5 off Apple One. $4 off YouTube Premium. $5 off Fox One. $10 off Google AI Pro. Now, it kind of depends which of these you need. I would estimate, let's see if I did this right, 10, 20, 29, 34. Depends if you need Google AI Pro. I mean, I'm not going to use Fox One, that's for sure, but I estimated up to $44 a month in savings, about $500 a year. That's significant, right? If you take AT&T, their new Elite plan, it's not saving you anything. With these plans, let's say conservatively, it saves you closer to $30 a month. That means T-Mobile Experience Beyond would be like net $70 a month. Verizon would be net $60 a month. T-Mobile and Verizon are way better values. So between the top of the top plans, I would go with either T-Mobile or Verizon. If you are looking at the best value overall, well, then that's actually going to be the new AT&T Extra 2.0 plan. And I talk about this from the multi-line perspective, where you can see for one line, it's value and then extra. For 2 lines, it's Extra 2.0 and then value. For 3 lines, extra is still at the top. 4 lines, extra actually moves up and is even more affordable. And 5 lines, extra is number 2. That's because AT&T Unlimited Extra is just a really affordable plan, and it's still eligible for AT&T's best device deals. So that means you're getting up to $1,100 off the new iPhone 17 Pro Max. You're getting, honestly, this year they were doing a free Galaxy S26 Ultra. Which one of these is the S26? Here it is. Boom, free S26 Ultra. So the net plan plus phone cost on AT&T Extra 2.0 makes it the best value postpaid plan in the industry. But of course, it still misses all of the perks. So kind of up to you. But I hope that's helpful. The cause, I don't know how you say name. The Cogs cast. Elite is good if you get a tablet and smartwatch, but otherwise it's meh. You could actually save money, I think, right? How much? Hang on. Before I say anything, we have to stop sharing. We have to reshare. I wish I could share multiple screens simultaneously. That would be so convenient. Oh man, I love how fast the website is. All right, we're going to plans. Let's compare. Let's actually reset. And I want to find Extra 2.0. And then I want to find our new Elite 2.0. Boom. And I want to compare these. So compare to. Oh, it is so fast. I love it. So first of all, $70 versus $110 a month. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Let's do some math out though. Tablet line is $20. Smartwatch line is $10. You add those, you're at $100 a month. You can actually get the tablet line, you can get the smartwatch line, and you can add AT&T Turbo on Extra 2.0 for less than the cost of Elite 2.0. That's wild. Let's do the full details. Let me see oh shoot, I removed it. There's no Command Z, it's a website. Okay, Extra 2.0. Command Z might be the greatest thing that has ever happened to me, ever, period. Sometimes I wish it worked in real life, but it doesn't. We've tried. All right, Extra 2.0, full details here. $40 a month versus $75. 30, so it'd be 70. Oh man. It'd be $70 a month for the watch and tablet, and it would actually be more if you were to get priority data. But not every line, in my opinion, is going to need the smartwatch and is going to need the is not going to need the smartwatch or is going to need the tablet. So I think the flexibility to mix and match on Extra is better. Tommy is saying, Stetson, that's what I was saying earlier. Tommy was right. Tommy was right, everyone. Command Z works for me IRL. No, I mean, like, this is me 2 weekends ago, maybe 3 weekends ago. I was like, oh, I should rearrange my living room. And I spent like 30 minutes and I rotated my couch 90 degrees. And I was like, this is awful. This doesn't work. Then I rotated it another 90 degrees. And I was like, this is also awful and doesn't work. And I wish I could just, pick up the keyboard and just like the movie Click, just Command Z my couch and re-rotate it back to its original position. I couldn't. I had to wait and then organize it the next day. Okay, spicy with the undo command. Tablet is $21, watch is $10. Both are free versus $10.50 and $10 on premium. Yeah, that's fair. But like, I don't think you necessarily, like, all lines in the account are not going to necessarily need those. So yeah. Yeah, slam dunk deal is insane. Yeah. Stetson, should I make a cell tower equipment Quizlet for you? Yeah, if you make it and you send it to me, I'll check it out. Speaking of things that need a shout out, Taylor, I think we answered your question. Cool. I was just making sure I didn't miss anything. People that deserve a shout out. I was thinking about this. We got to start shouting out the people who are taking the time, contributing to coveragemap.com, and absolutely crushing the leaderboard. Here, let me actually put on dark mode so I don't blind everyone's eyeballs. You're welcome. Excuse me. We got to give these people a shout out. These people are going all out. They're testing cell phone speeds. They're contributing to the map. Ari A's, shout out to you. Tower 404. That's actually hilarious. I love that one. Speed tester 13473. Just shout out. You can actually customize your username if you haven't done that yet. Tilted Tripod, shout out to you. Speed tester 23967, shout out to you. Bruh, speed test, shout out to you. C4 end of line, shout out to you. No one, man, Trevor, dang, crushing it. Number 8 this month, shout out to you. Air 6449, shout out to you. And speed tester 62898, shout out to you as well. There are so many other people on here, but only going to shout out the top 10. Should we see what's going on in the United Kingdom? Wow, we really need like a search for this, don't we? United Kingdom and Canada. Wow. Cozy, speed tester, Nioxy, speed tester, Jamlet, Alex, shout out to you guys. Very cool. Very cool. Anyway, shout out to the people contributing. We appreciate you. All right, let's answer some more questions. Elite 2.0 would only be worth it to include a next up anytime. You know what? Facts. I'm on board with that. That's so true. Next up anytime is OP. It is OP. Is there a way to run speed tests 24/7, 365 with coverage map? Thankfully, there is not. We have specifically made it so you cannot do that because that is kind of network abuse. Yeah. For US Mobile, how does the multi-network work? And is it 3 different eSIMs? Yes, that's exactly right. So with US Mobile, you sign up. We'll use this phone as an example. No, it doesn't really pop that much. We'll use this phone as an example. Case off. US Mobile, you sign up. Oh, the orange and the blue looks so great. You sign up, you activate. Let's say you activate on Verizon. That means your primary line is on Verizon and your primary eSIM is on Verizon. With the multi-network add-on, you can add a secondary eSIM, let's say on AT&T, and you get that separate eSIM on AT&T, and then you can toggle between them in your phone settings. On iPhone, this is super easy. Android, I'm not going to say it's not easy, but it's a little bit less convenient. But basically, let me see here. Yeah, perfect. What was I listening to? Okay, cool. Here it is. There's a shortcut. I have a video on how to make this and a link to the shortcut. Hopefully this works, but there's swap data and it just swaps. As you can see, I'm rocking US Mobile and Mobile X, but you'd have 2 US Mobile lines and you'd swap between them. If you wanted a third network, you get the third network and be able to swap between that as well. In terms of data, you get on the premium plan, you get 100 gigs of shared multi-network data. This means you can use up to 100 gigs and toggle between each of the networks as many times as you want. Once you use 100 total gigs of usage between all 3 networks, then the multi-network usage is cut off and you'll continue getting unlimited usage, but only on your primary network. In the example I gave, Verizon. If you do it on the starter plan, then it's 70 gigs of multi-network data. So I hope that's helpful. Yeah, the new Elite plan doesn't get the signature discount also. That makes a big difference. I have signature right now. I got grandfathered into the AARP discount. Shout out to that. And it's saving me $40 a month right now. Like, it's nothing to sneeze at. What is the best plan for 4 lines of unlimited on Verizon? Billy. This is so nuanced. I would say, let me see what the math says. Pull up the keynote. Bam. Oh, it's so bad. Sorry, I'm just like, all right, the question is for 4 lines. Here's the deal. I didn't share the screen. Here is the deal. So this is looking at upgrading to the Pro Max model iPhone every 3 years. I think a reasonable situation. When you're looking at 4 lines on Verizon, the cheapest plan from Verizon directly is their unlimited welcome plan. This is such a bad plan, though. I would highly encourage you to go with either US Mobile Unlimited Starter, Visible Plus, Total Wireless, Visible Plus with the discount, Visible Plus Pro with the discount. Literally any plan on Verizon that is going to be around that $25 or $30 price point. And then just buy the phone outright from the manufacturer, whether that's from Apple directly, Samsung directly, or Google directly, or if you want to go with channel sponsor back market, that is the single cheapest option, getting a refurbished phone and going with any plan that you choose. If you did want to go with Verizon directly, I think Unlimited Plus is actually the best balance of price and features. And you can see it's only $280 more expensive. And you're getting priority data, you're getting more hotspot data. I was going to say better international features, but you're not. But you get priority data and more hotspot data, and I think it's worth it. And better device trade-in deals. Granted, this factors in the device trade-in deals, and you can see unlimited welcome is still cheaper. So either way, I think Unlimited Plus, if you're going to go Verizon, that's what I would do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that's helpful. Trevor says it would be bad if I built coverage map and didn't use the product. You're crushing it. Your latest trip, that drive test. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well earned, well deserved. My total wireless Moto Razr 2025 unlocked the day after running a 500 road trip speed test on the coverage map app. That's awesome. That is super awesome. I have a question. How can I optimize my Mint Mobile if I have an iPhone 16 base? I'm not 100% sure what that means. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't feel like I understand that. If I'm grandfathered into an unlimited plan from a carrier, should I stick with it even if the price increases? No. I mean, like, you should get the best plan that meets your needs at the best price. A lot of time that will be a newer plan. My guess, high probability, chill and connect. You could go with US Mobile, get a fantastic plan on the AT&T network at a better price, or go with Visible Plus and get a better plan at a better price, or go with Red Pocket if you want priority data on AT&T at a better price, or go with Metro by T-Mobile. So that's what I say. Trevor pulled out my inner McDonald's CEO and called it the product. To be fair, we actually do have a product versus like a burger. Like, everyone would call that a burger, right? You know what I mean? It's food. You eat it. It's food. But he's like, it's a product. No, we had like the map. I guess you call it the map. It is the best map. Oop, it's also not shared. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. It's wild just seeing how filled in the US is now, where all the fast speeds are. Tasty products. Yeah, it's a tasty map. We have a delicious map. 3D view, so cool. Yeah, so cool. I love it. I love it. Just trying to see if there's any more questions that were coming in. Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry. I was just like staring at the name and I'm like incontrovertible. Anyway, work reimburses whatever plan I want. What is the best featured plan I can get for one line? Network doesn't really matter where I'm at. Look, if I'm in your shoes, I want a new phone every year. I would go postpaid and I would get, drum roll please. Man. Oh my God. I would get Experience Beyond. Okay. Unlimited priority data, 250 gigs hotspot, 4K video streaming, awesome features, super cheap to add that watch and tablet line. Most importantly for me, Experience Beyond gives you $1,100 off the latest iPhone or Galaxy phone every 12 months. Now, that's a rough approximation. Sometimes it's more trading credit, sometimes it's less, but you're getting the best deals every 12 months. I would 100% do this plan. That's my answer. Oh my God. Apple is so funny. At least you're better than Apple calling every collective item in a product line by the product name iPhone instead of iPhones. Yeah, it's so true. When we launched iPhone 7 years ago, not the iPhone, iPod was a revolutionary product. It's so funny. Jared, my work only gives me $40 a month. Where do you work? LOL. My work gives me $800 a month. And I have all the plans. Oh, so funny. What's the best iPhone of all time? I mean, the iPhones that have special places in my heart, I would argue iPhone 4. That was huge with the Retina display, the camera, FaceTime, the selfie camera, massive. And the design was great, except for the antenna gate. That was a big problem. iPhone 5 has a special place in my heart. It was the first iPhone I bought. Love that thing. iPhone 10, also incredible. That was a really cool moment, just with the software and how smooth that was. And then iPhone 10s, because it had 3D touch, great design. I loved it. I loved it. The 5C, get out of here. Get out of here. Nah. 13 Pro Max. 13 Pro is the oldest iPhone I would use today. And now that I have started wirelessly charging finally in 2026, I could probably get away with it because I'm not using Lightning anymore. But yeah. 4 phones, 4 watches, 2 iPads. Where would the best plan be? Dang, Chuck. I actually don't know this off the top of my head. Yeah. I would say the ones you want to look at are, consider checking out T-Mobile Experience Beyond, because they'll give you watch not supported. Who made this? What is this nonsense? I think it's $10 for a watch line. Hang on, let's go to my old website. Plans. Excuse me. $5, 12 and 20, and then 5 and 5. All right, let's fix this. Let's fix this nonsense. Where is it? Where is that tab at? Why do I have so many tabs open? Where did it go? Here it is. Bam. Plans, experience. All right, experience more. $12 and $20. Details. Where is the, okay, smartwatch included, $12. $12 smart line, $20 unlimited tablet line. Cool. Publish changes. Wait, this I feel like should update. All right. $12. Perfect. And then this should be $5 watch line. Anyway, this is, yeah, look at T-Mobile Experience Beyond. You might have enough accessory lines where the new AT&T Elite 2.0 plan makes sense, but it's just going to be so expensive. Go back, experience beyond, general, no details, smartwatch line, $5 smartwatch line, and then tablet line. Publish, bam. All right, that should fix that. Boom, there it is. Anyway, so $10 extra on Experience Beyond could be really good. The new Elite 2.0 plan actually includes both of them, so that could be good. But the price, again, the price is insane. And then Verizon Unlimited Plus. No, Verizon Unlimited Ultimate. Watch not supported. All right. All right. We got to fix this too. Plans, Verizon Unlimited Plus. Details. Now they know what it is. Smartwatch line included. Tablet line, 750 watch line. Publish. Back. Unlimited welcome. Details. Boom. Watch line. Tablet line. Sorry for doing this live. It's just like I want to do it now before I forget. While we're literally talking about it. Details, smartwatch line, and then $10 limited tablet line. So Verizon gives you 50% off on their ultimate plan, and that could make it better. But unfortunately, you're going to want to, well, hang on, hold up. There we go. Those updated. We can well, we can't really. Well, here's what we can do. We can do how many lines? 4 phones, 4 lines, carrier, AT&T, T-Mobile, Trump Mobile, T-Mobile, what? Here it is. And then Verizon. Perfect. Unlimited Plus. Is Unlimited Plus also discounted? That's crazy if so. Unlimited Ultimate is discounted. Unlimited Plus. It might be one of them. Yeah, probably is one of them. And then Premium is probably both. Anyway, 300, but those are included. This would be 220 plus 750 times 4, 30 plus 20, so $50. So 270. So Verizon actually would be cheaper than Elite 2.0, so that's good to know. Premium 2.0, the watch would be $5, I think. For some reason, I haven't entered that, so I'll have to check that. This would also likely be cheaper than Elite. Experience Beyond would be 20 plus 30, so 245. I think T-Mobile Experience Beyond might be the move. Could be worth checking out. Hope that's helpful. Anyway, the Chaz with the super chat. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. Switched to Visible, got the full year discount. Heck yeah, the Chaz, that's awesome. The Chaz, you might be one of the few people who has switched live during a podcast or a live stream. So that's incredible. Time to do an iPhone tier list live on stream. Best iPhone debate stream. Maybe we do that next week. Maybe we save that. You should try Cape Mobile. It's resold Verizon service, I'm pretty sure. Actually, wait, no. Cape is it's US Cellular, right? Which I guess is now T-Mobile. I don't think we need to do that. The hardware is better on the S26 Ultra, but I prefer the overall user experience of Pixel. I would agree with that. Ooh, Premium 2.0 only discounts one watch or tablet line, not multiple. That is great to know. Great to know. Cape is AT&T, I believe. Huh. I have to add them to my website, and then I can find out. Oh, this Reddit thread says US Cellular. Their backbone network is US Cellular. So we'll see. iPhone 13 Pro Sierra Blue is the GOAT. You know what? That was a fantastic color. I do wish I had gotten that. That was so good. The best iPhone is whatever iPhone is being currently talked about in the keynote, introducing the best iPhone we've ever created. Every year, they do it again. They make the new best iPhone. It's incredible. Every year. Same can be said with the new best Pixel phone. Neil before Zod. I'm very new at this. I'm confused. How do you sign up for a zero plan from Helium Mobile? Could you please explain it? Thank you so much. Yeah, you basically download the Helium app from either the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. You will be asked to scan your driver's license or verify your identity in some capacity. Then you're going to select the zero plan, enter your credit card. You're going to pay the taxes and fees. In my area, that's $2.20 per month exactly. And then you're good to go. You'll download your eSIM and you'll be all set up and active. So I hope that's helpful. Helium is pretty good. I use Helium for my iPad. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Every single year, it's the best iPhone that's ever created. They outdo it. I don't know how they do it. Every year. Oh, iPhone 13 Pro had the last SIM card slot, the last of the dying breed. That's so true, and it was so good. Yeah. Yeah, that was such a good phone. Unlimited Ultimate and Unlimited Plus would provide the 50% off discount for the 2 tablets and 4 watch lines. Ooh, great. That's smart. Unlimited Ultimate gives you a discount on both the watch and tablet. Unlimited Plus is 50% off only one. And if you only have 2 lines that need the watch and the tablet, you could put 2 lines on Ultimate and then mix and match with 2 lines on Plus, and the Plus would just have the 2 smartwatch lines. That's actually really smart. Alan sharing, in my area, taxes for Helium are $1.77. That's really good. Jared, eSIM is easier and more challenging. Here's a scenario I just ran into today. My Pixel phone got updated, and I'm sure it's great, but that means it's no longer rooted. And for someone who wants a rooted Pixel phone for checking out band information and QCI values, that means I need to reroute it. I'm actually afraid that the rerouting process might delete the eSIMs. So I will need to either look into that or risk it for the biscuit and see what happens. But the fact that it's so easy to delete eSIMs is kind of scary for me and a little inconvenient because sometimes getting them from the providers is more challenging than I'd like. Yeah, Matt Gear saying it well. eSIM is only great when it works. Imagine network signal grew on iPhone. That was incredible. That would be incredible. Ooh, shout out to iPhone 6S. That was the first iPhone with 3D touch. My favorite, and I think the single best phone feature of all time. That's probably an overstatement, but I really loved it. Rizkit for the bizkit. I might do it. There's one Pixel phone that has a bunch of eSIMs that I don't really care about and are easy to get back, and one that have eSIMs that are going to be a pain to get back. So we'll probably try for one and then the other. iPhone 6 was the first foldable smartphone. Yep, it was. It was. Yep. eSIMs shouldn't get deleted during flashings. Okay, cool. That's what I want to hear. I'll check that out. Did you hear Phonous Mobile Unlimited International Coverage? Have not heard of that. We'll check them out. Excuse me. It sounds fake. Wait. You guys have to see this website. Can I go back? Yeah, let's just check this out, you guys. This is crazy. Phonous Mobile. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Look at that nice bounce animation. Unlimited data calls and texts all over the world, starting at $20 a month. Yeah, we know that ain't true. Compare our plans. All right. Unlimited. Slower speeds after 5 gigs. Are you kidding me? Unlimited data calls and texts. You mean 5 gigs in over 100 countries. International calls from anywhere. Local number support from 15 countries. Whoa. Local number support from 15 countries. Use one or many on a single account. That's curious. I wonder what that means. $30 gives you 20 gigs. Awesome. World Unlimited Max. Unlimited data, except it's not unlimited. What is it actually? I'm trying to read it. I'm not seeing it. Huh. Yeah. Why does Phonous Mobile sound both like a scam and a dad joke at the same time? It sounds like phony mobile or like, you know what I mean? Like phony, fake, doesn't sound real. Whatever that was. Is this an image? Yeah, like it just didn't it I don't know. It doesn't seem real. For some reason, the carrier Popcorn Mobile, which now in alpha. It's been in alpha for a while. Anyway, this website just feels so much more legit to me. I'd probably trust Popcorn more than Phonous, but the name is ridiculous. You know what I mean? But it's just funny how that works. Halfway between phony and bogus. Yeah. Mac here, 99. Random thought I had. T-Mobile during the John Ledger era was truly goated. I miss that T-Mobile where they called themselves the uncarrier. Oh, Mac here, they still call themselves the uncarrier, even though they are basically the recarrier. They're the carrier. I mean, they removed the included taxes and fees, so they added those on. They increased the price of their plans. They're doing all sorts of things. Yeah. Phonous Mobile sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Phonous Mobile. What happens? You like get an eSIM planted in your brain or something? I don't know. From the uncarrier to the UGG carrier. So true. So true. Oh, jeez. Stetson, did you ever have Metro PCS before they got bought by T-Mobile? They had LTE, but only operated at 1.5 times 1.5 megahertz. That's insane. That must have been so slow. I did not. Thankfully, I did not. I left T-Mobile when they became the UGG carrier. Yes, AT Shields. Oh, yeah, it's so true. Yeah. Cool. So what's the real reason carriers continue to increase prices? I'm sure in some capacity their operational costs do increase a little bit, but I mean, look, if you're the carrier, they kind of need to increase their plans at the same rate as inflation, right? Like the assumption is that their operating expenses increase as other costs increase, whether that's electricity costs, hardware costs for their equipment. They are upgrading their towers to 5G. That's not free and quite frankly not cheap either. So they need to make money. They need to be profitable, and they need to increase rates to keep pace with inflation in some capacity. Yeah, so they want to make money. They're in the business of being a business. So that's kind of how it goes. Um, people not using MVNOs is good for those who use MVNOs. Yeah, yeah, it's the MVNOs exist for a reason. Would you recommend going with a prepaid like US Mobile for a family of 4, or one of the big 3 like T-Mobile? This is actually a really good question, and I'll answer this with the keynote presentation. This is kind of a broader answer, but will hopefully kind of give you a good idea. So, specifically for a family of 4, I analyzed the cost of upgrading to the Pro Max model iPhone every 3 years. Okay. For 4 lines, the single most affordable option was to go with Back Market. Back Market sponsored the video, and so I included them in that. And basically, they sell refurbished phones, right? So instead of getting a new Galaxy S26, you can get last year's Galaxy S25, which is basically the same features for around half the price. Same thing for iPhone. Instead of balling out on a new iPhone, you can get last year's model, still superb features, and you save a lot of money. You can do that. Grab any $25 unlimited plan. There's superb ones from Visible Plus to US Mobile to Red Pocket to Mobile X to Total Wireless. You grab one of those, and you're going to be saving almost $1,000 over the course of 3 years in total. That said, AT&T Unlimited Extra is likely going to have better features than some of those $25 prepaid plans. You can take advantage of the device deals and trade-in promotions, which means you're not necessarily paying up front for the phone. That said, you can also finance phones from the carriers, or from the manufacturers rather. And you can go to an AT&T store to get help and support and to sign up and to switch and all that stuff. So for a family of four, it probably isn't a bad idea to look at going postpaid. I think AT&T Extra 2.0 is the best overall value of price and features. Worth shouting out that US Mobile Unlimited Starter Dark Star. The only difference between back market and the US Mobile plan is where you buy the phones. So back market, you're buying refurbished from back market. With the US Mobile example, you're actually buying new phones and just trading in your old phones to the manufacturer. So if you bought from Apple, you'd trade in your iPhone to Apple, and then you would buy your new phone from Apple. If you bought your Samsung phone from Samsung, you trade in your old Samsung phone and buy the new one. And roughly speaking, that was approximately $200 more than just going with AT&T directly. But this applies, like this math works out for any plan that's $25 or less. So that would be, again, visible plus or visible base, total 5G unlimited, Ting. That was another great $25 plan. And so you can save money and you get flexibility, and it's really awesome. The other option would be, AT&T. Yeah, I mean, going with the postpaid carriers isn't necessarily bad, but it definitely adds up, right? T-Mobile Experience More, $8,240 versus, closer to that $7,000 mark. So if I'm in your shoes, I would look at AT&T Extra 2.0 if you get good AT&T coverage. Otherwise, probably consider looking at, going prepaid and doing something there. Or if you do need to go with a big carrier, it adds up, but like sometimes that's just what you got to pay. Verizon Unlimited Plus is probably what I do if I went with Verizon, or T-Mobile Experience More if you want to go with T-Mobile. So I hope that's helpful. When you have 4 lines, it can make more sense to upgrade and go with the postpaid carrier. I'll take carrier plans are getting more expensive because phones are becoming less profitable. Yeah, it's true. The carriers bundle in the cost of the phone with the cost of the service, and they need to make money somehow. So, all right, you guys are amazing. Actually, Matt Gear, you've been awesome this chat, so I'll answer this. Is the AT&T 55 Plus plan good? It's not bad. I actually think it's decent. Is it on the new site? Let's find out. Share screen, window, bam. All right, AT&T Age 55 Plus. Oh, it's AT&T, that's why. Did I just call it 55? Tell me it's here. Nope. All right. Oh, it's because it's 4 lines? That's probably why. Nope. All right. We'll go to the main AT&T website and we'll find it. I'll get that added later. Shop. Phone plans. Other plans. Age 55 plus. It's basically unlimited starter. Truly unlimited, high-speed data. It's deprioritized. 10 gigs of hotspot. $55 a month per line when you get 2 lines. Look, Mac Gear, it's not bad, but you can get better features from US Mobile Unlimited Starter. Okay. US Mobile Unlimited Starter. What is happening? Oh, I'm filtering out the well, AT&T was there. Anyway, US Mobile Unlimited Starter Dark Star, AT&T coverage, same unlimited deprioritized data, double the hotspot at 20 gigs, 4K video streaming versus 480p video streaming, and better international features included. So I would do this. It'll be like under half the price. Really, really good value. Oh, God. You guys with your zip codes. Look, you guys are amazing. I'm actually super tired, so I'm going to call this stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please consider checking out and downloading the free Coverage Map app for iPhone and Android. It's a super great app where you can check cellular coverage in your area, figure out what is best. We have a full crowdsourced map of cell coverage where you can see not only cell coverage, but real world data speeds, what people are actually getting in your area, so you can make an informed decision on what network is best for you. We have a free app for iPhone and Android. Check it out. Be sure to check out bestphoneplans.net. The old website is up. Here it is. The new website is coming soon, and I'm super pumped about it. So stay tuned for that. I think that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, and I will see you guys next Monday. So thank you so much for tuning in. See you next week. Bye.